Hopefully we'll have a good call on your birthday today.
Thank you. Hopefully we do, and hopefully we get a good matchup. These are two teams that desperately need a win. This Northern Illinois team coming into this one 5-16, 1-8 in the MAC. They sit at the bottom of the conference. Bowling Green struggling at 7-14 overall, 2-7 in conference play. They are currently in 10th place. Both teams would be out of the conference tournament if it started today.
You know, if we were looking at it like, actually we're going to take a short break here for the national anthem.
Yeah, I don't want to cut you off, but we do have an early national anthem here, so we'll go off and be right back on in about a minute or two. We'll preview these two teams and get into some action here at the Stroh Center. You're listening to BGSU men's basketball against Northern Illinois here on Falcon Radio.
Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconMedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
Actress Allison Sweeney for American Humane.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring and humane world for all of us.
Follow and engage with BG Falcon Media on social media. Find the handle at BG Falcon Media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube for all sorts of content, including news information, BGSU athletics coverage, and feature stories from across campus. Enjoy specialty content such as full episodes of the local music showcase, Live and Loud. The coverage continues with BG Falcon Media on all major social platforms.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
People join Walk MS to raise awareness and funds that change the world for everyone affected by multiple sclerosis. Walk MS brings communities together, creating teams with friends, loved ones, and coworkers to rally around those we care about and end MS forever. Together, we can change the world for people with MS. Register today at walkms.org.
They'll challenge your authority because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory, and in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch until you hear that click. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. For more information, visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup.
Back here at the Stroh Center after the playing of the national anthem, and now we get a chance to go in and look at these teams a little bit, Ben. So looking at this Northern Illinois team, they have struggled mightily this year. What sticks out to you first when you look at this team and why they're not having the success that they'd hoped this season?
Yeah, it definitely looks to me like they're just not playing a complete game of basketball. They're not playing a full two halves like they probably should. Their points per game isn't really that terrible. Their three-point percentage is probably the strength of this team as well. Top 2 and 3 and 3 points 3-pointers per game, attempts per game, 3-point percentage is pretty good as well. But they're just not converting down deep into games as well, and that's a struggle that we've seen from Bowling Green throughout this season as well, that the second half has caused some problems for them. And in the prep that I've done in the last week, they've kind of fallen apart in the second half. So it's definitely something that they'll be looking for today, to some of the better guys to be able to maintain some consistency through both halves of play.
Northern Illinois ended non-conference play with a 117-50 win over East-West University. In conference play, though, it's been a big struggle. Their only win against the MAC team was against Ball State on January 25th. That was a 10-point victory. Since then, they fell to Akron by 10 and Toledo by just 4. So 2 pretty tight losses considering the opponents. I mean, that Toledo game on Saturday, they were outscored 50-35 in the first half. They went down by as many as 19. They were down by 13 with 2:24 to play, pulled within 1 in the final minute. Just weren't able to pull it out. You think this team's starting to take a little bit of the right trend, or do you think this is a team that has just put together a couple hot performances as of late?
You know, it's tough to say either way. I think they just put together a couple of good performances back-to-back, and I think it's tough that they're playing away at Bowling Green right now. They are 0 for the away schedule this season, 0 for 11, I believe. So I think that was just a couple of hot games in a row. I think Bowling Green, if they take care of business, are the better team than NIU today. But they got a couple of real good guys that they can focus on, and that's what carried them through that loss at Toledo, that they only lost by 3 as well. Quentin Jones is one of them, the leading point scorer for the team. He has the most assists, and he has the most blocks as well. He's definitely a 100-foot player, as well as putting some rebounds up on there as well. Another one that I'm really high on today is James Dent Jr. I think he's going to be a guy that BG really has to stop, the three-point guy for sure. Second on the team in points per game, the three-point percentage, he's up there as well. And he takes a lot of them, and he makes a lot of them. He's definitely going to be a guy to look out for. And then Karan McPherson had a great game against Toledo as well. 20 points, 7 rebounds, and a steal in his 30 minutes played against Toledo. I think he's going to be a good one to look for today. A little bit smaller, but Bowling Green's a little bit thin in the defending up top. So I think he one of those 3 guards is probably going to have a pretty breakout game today.
This is the 72nd all-time meeting between these two teams. Bowling Green leads the series 40-31. They lead Northern Illinois when hosting 25-13, and they've had a lot of recent success, winning 7 of the last 8 games against the Huskies, including the past 3 games here at the Stroh Center. They won the only game against Northern Illinois last year, 83-72 on January 13th in DeKalb, Illinois. And looking at this Bowling Green team, they aren't too much better off than Northern Illinois right now. In fact, if they lose this game, they would fall to the bottom of the MAC standings. 7-14 overall, 2-7 in the MAC, like we mentioned. Currently on a 5-game skid. That is the longest losing streak active in the Mid-American Conference.
Yes, it is, and this is a must-win for both teams. Obviously, Northern Illinois is sitting at last. If they want any hopes at making the MAC tournament, they must win this game against one of the bottom teams in the MAC as well. But if you're Bowling Green, you are 2 games out from the rest of the field pretty much and from a MAC spot. This is a must-win for you as well, and setting the tone for the NIU game that you're going to play on March 4th later in the season. Knowing that you can beat them is going to be a big chip on your shoulder going at Northern Illinois in DeKalb. I arguably think this is a bigger game for Bowling Green. I don't think that's a hot take to say that they're closer to the MAC tournament. It's going to be a bigger win for them. They are the favorite team. I think they are the better team as well. So like I said before, if they take care of business, I don't think there's a whole lot of chance for NIU, but it's why you play the game, and it's why the MAC is so tight as it normally is.
As we're approaching about 90 seconds away from them doing starting introductions, what are going to be some keys to the game for both of these teams that they will need to execute in order to come away with a win?
Yeah, I think for Northern Illinois, it's going to be establishing post presence. They're a pretty good rebounding team, a decent blocking team as well through their guys. They're a little bit smaller, but I think if they start establishing a post presence and showing that they can go toe-to-toe with Bowling Green, I think they're going to give them some tough time down in the paint, which has been a weakness for BG this season. I think on BG's half, I was thinking about this metaphor earlier. They're playing like this is a mile race. They should be playing like it's a 400. It's a full sprint. You should go out and get as high as you can early. You don't have normally the consistency to go deep in the game, but you should embrace that, and you should play as good as you can in the first half and then just try and hold on for dear life as it keeps going. And I think that's a winning formula, that they've had some pretty good games this season doing that. Call it to the Michigan State game that they would have won if they were able to hold on a little bit more. But that's kind of the kind of play that I want to see for BG today. Go out early, especially with the offense, and then just kind of hold on the rest of the game.
So we do have the starting lineups in for both of these teams. For Ball State, they're going to be going with Quentin Jones, 6'5" sophomore guard from Chicago, Illinois. He'll be joined by James Dent Jr., another 6'5" guard. He is a senior from Springfield, Illinois. They are joined alongside Ethan Butler, 6'7" forward, junior from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Alongside them is Karan McPherson, 6 foot redshirt freshman forward. And rounding out their starting lineup will be Nazir Muhammad, 6'2" guard, 186 pounds, sophomore from Brooklyn, New York. For Bowling Green, they'll be going with a starting five we've seen quite often this season, especially since Dejon Humphrey has come back from injury. Humphrey will be in that starting lineup, the 6'4" senior guard from Detroit, Michigan. Trey Thomas will be the point guard for the team, 6 foot, 160, senior guard from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. A couple Toronto guys in this matchup. Javante Campbell will be joining them. Campbell is a star defensively. He right now is on pace for 96 steals this season.
65 already, yeah.
Yeah, BG record is 82. He's just 17 away from tying DeMar Moore's BG single season record. Something to keep a lookout for as we continue on with this game in this season. And the two bigs for Bowling Green will be Jemai Felt, the 6'10" redshirt freshman from Boston, Massachusetts, and Marcus Johnson, the 6'7" forward from Akron, Ohio. So we will take a quick break as the Bowling Green Hut video plays here in the Stroh Center. When we come back, we will have tip-off between Bowling Green and Northern Illinois here at the Stroh Center. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball on Falcon Radio.
This is Jay Crawford, former ESPN SportsCenter anchor and proud former member of the BGRSO sports organization right here. You're listening to 88.1 FM, WBGU HD1 and HD2, broadcasting more games than any other student-run organization in the country.
Back here at the Stroh Center, hype video playing. Almost ready for this matchup between Bowling Green and Northern Illinois. You mentioned something there I liked in our pregame, that, Todd Simon has called this multiple times in media availability, that this is a marathon, that this team still has some games to make it up. But you want to see this team be a lot more, physical, attacking out of the gates, and treat it more like it's a 400-meter.
I think a unique part about this BG team is that they can outrun other guys. They have a little bit of a smaller lineup, with the exception of Marcus Johnson. Most of the guys are pretty athletic compared to some other basketball players. And while Northern Illinois is a margin smaller than you, they're also playing 4 guards to your 3. I think if they come out hot, there's going to be not a lot that NIU is going to be able to stop you. And I think one of the game changers, as you know, Javante Campbell is one of my favorite players on this team. I think he's going to be a very big one at shutting down either Quentin Jones or James Dent. Those are probably going to be the 2 guards to look at for Northern Illinois today. I think he's going to play a really big hand in that. You mentioned the steals, 65 on pace for 96, you said, this season as well. I think he's going to play a huge portion. But on the NIU side, Ethan Butler is going to be a really big one because he's the only forward and he's undersized for NIU as well. So if he plays well and plays toe-to-toe with Jemai Feld, I think NIU is going to be able to hang in this game pretty well.
Something else to keep an eye out for the Falcons. 2 things that they've struggled with mightily this season: ball movement and assists. I guess we could call it, assistance off the bench. They don't really have too much depth on that bench right now, but they haven't gotten much production from who they have. They're averaging the 16th fewest bench points per game in the country, about 14 a game. It's been cut down to less than 10 per game in this 5-game losing streak. And they average the 21st fewest assists per game in the country. That's 11 per game, both those out of 355 teams in the nation.
And you know, Tyler, my name's Ben, but if I were to be frank, I would say that it's that you got to embrace that. You got to embrace that you have to ride with the starting lineup there. That today is Trey Thomas, Jemai Felt, Javante Campbell, Dejon Humphrey, and Marcus Johnson as well. Derek Butler's probably going to work his way in there pretty early, but you don't have massive depth. You can't act like you do, and you got to keep those guys on the floor for the best chance at winning. And I think that's why you got to come out as hot as possible, get an early big lead, and then just hold on to that the rest of the game and take some pressure off.
And we will see how available Derek Butler is today. He looks ready to go on the bench. He's fully dressed. He's missed the past. He missed last game with injury, didn't start the game before. Missed last game with illness, didn't start the game before due to an illness as well. Bowling Green wearing their all whites, orange Falcon script across the chest, brown numbers and lettering. And Northern Illinois in their all whites, white number and lettering for them. Bowling Green wins the tip. They'll go left to right across your radio dials, Northern Illinois right to left. Javante Campbell has the ball on top of the key. Gives it off here. Finds inside to Marcus Johnson. Johnson puts up a quick early shot. Bank is open early for Marcus Johnson. Bowling Green takes a 2-0 lead to start this one.
Good one there. Little step back spin move, created separation. That's what he does so well, and that's what he's done all season. Not the quickest guy in the world, but he gets that separation. You can't leave that big of a man that open.
Muhammad drops it off here. It's Dent with it, working to his right. Behind the back pass, finds Butler. Butler almost lost it, works his way inside around Marcus Johnson. Right-handed layup falling to his left side goes. 2-2 early, about 45 minutes played, or 45 seconds played, I should say. Trey Thomas with the ball, looking for a ball screen, gives it off to Campbell. Back to Thomas, back to Campbell. Campbell swings it over to Dejon Humphrey. He'll take a triple. Dejon Humphrey drains it.
Early dagger for Dejon. That's really nice to see him get going. Hasn't played so well this season. Had a little bit of injury trouble there too, but it's nice to see a couple of little bench players get involved there for BG.
Hit 2 3-pointers last game. That was more than he'd hit all season combined before that. Missed 3-pointer here by Dent. Bowling Green takes it the other way. Marcus Johnson running up full court with it. Gives it off. Jemai Felt inside. Bowling Green really trying to get something going down low. Jemai Felt shot not able to go in, low deflection there. And across the court goes Quinton Jones, uncontested layup. Northern Illinois back within 1, 5-4, approaching 18 minutes to play in the first half.
Yeah, just a mismatch up there with Quinton Jones, who's quite a taller guard on Trey Thomas there, and not much Trey could do on the receiving end of that play.
Humphrey gives it inside to Marcus Johnson. Johnson, a little bit of a fadeaway jumper, does not go. Jemai Felt fights for the offensive rebound. Gives it back to Johnson inside, guarded by 4 players, spins around, does not go. He misses the shot, but Jemai Felt's there for the putback layup.
Couldn't really tell whose hand got in there, but
they're actually going to give it to Marcus Johnson.
It was a great rebound by Jemai. That's what forced that play to happen, to pull that off toward the baseline and feed it back over to Marcus Johnson, who missed 2 shots on that play, but he filled the one that really mattered.
He does have 4 early points for Bowling Green. Trap here alongside the Bowling Green bench, and it looks like Quinton Jones stepped out of bounds. Great defense by the Falcons.
Looks like
suffocating them.
Looks like that's really holding NIU out of a real half-court possession so far. I mean, they got the bucket from Quinton Jones off of that 2 and the fast break there on Trey Thomas. But looks like the Falcon D is showing up pretty good against the Huskies.
Early turnover by the Huskies. They committed just the season low 5 turnovers the entire game against Toledo. Some of their least amount of turnovers in the past 25 seasons in that one. Javante Campbell has it, gives it off to Marcus Johnson right wing. Down low in the low block to Felt. Felt kicks it out past the arc to Thomas. Good ball movement to Campbell, now to Humphrey. Humphrey crossed the court to Thomas. Thomas driving inside in the paint, puts up a layup, double team, does not go, gets his own rebound. Open Marcus Johnson in the corner, he hits it. 7 early for Johnson. Bowling Green leads 10-4.
Leave the big man open, and he's going to fill it. Marcus Johnson's automatic when uncontested, it feels like, and that was a really big one for Bowling Green and a great rebound on his own shot by Trey Thomas.
Jones with it inside here to Dent.
And a good
Johnson
defensive play
away.
there. Good defensive play by MJ.
Johnson poked it away. Thomas passes it off to Humphrey. Transition triple. Bowling Green up by 9 early, 13-4. 16 and a half to play.
6 points already for Dejon, who got put in the starting lineup. Great day from Humphrey already. This is a great start for Bowling Green.
Ron McPherson with it, drops it to Muhammad. He works inside, almost losing the dribble. Back out to Jones, now to Muhammad. Muhammad driving inside, guarded by Felt, puts up the shot. Does not go, but he draws a foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
That was a good take there. Saw Jemai Felt in the lane, knew that he could make a move on him. That's Karan McPherson, who's a little bit shorter there, number 24 out of Northbrook, Illinois. It was a good take. We'll get the first foul in this game on Jemai. And, with the depth that we've seen on this team, Tyler, I think you really got to monitor what goes on in foul trouble with Jemai and Marcus Johnson, considering the lack of depth that you got.
You definitely have to. This Bowling Green team really is in a position to get either of those guys in foul trouble. They've struggled when that does happen. McPherson hits the first from the line, just 63% on free opportunities this season. He's really caught fire past 4 games, 17.8 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game over the past 4. He hits both from the line.
Big game in that close match against Toledo, too. As I mentioned in the pregame, 20 points, 7 rebounds, a steal, 7 for 15 from the field. One of the best games for him on the season.
13-6, Bowling Green leads Northern Illinois. 16 minutes to play here in the first half at the Stroh Center. Marcus Johnson has it right wing. Gives it to Campbell at the BG logo. Campbell working inside, still beyond the arc. Gives it off to Johnson right corner. He lost it. Gets it back. Does not go out of bounds alongside that bench. He'll pull up for a deep triple. Just off the front iron, does not go. Offensive rebound for newly checked in Wilkins Jr. exact, and he puts it in for 2.
Great two-end play there, offensive rebound, and a nice putback by Wilkins, who made a first start in this game, and we're seeing some not big-name guys making some big plays here.
Wide open
and a big
inside.
There.
That was Butler, Ethan Butler. We had a Falcon coming flying to block that. We do have a whistle, so we'll see if there's a foul or a goaltending call on that. Not exactly sure.
I think Wilkins was called for a foul.
It'll be actually goaltending. Is from
it is going to be goaltending? Okay.
Yep, they're going to count it. It'll be Muhammad's layup will go as good, and that'll take us to our first media timeout. The under-16 media timeout. Bowling Green leads Northern Illinois 15-8 here early. 15:31 to play in the first half. You're listening to BGSU men's basketball against Northern Illinois here on Falcon Radio.
Hey, I'm Lucas Kleinmeyer, and you are listening to a presentation of the Falcon Media Sports Network on Falcon Radio. For Falcons, by Falcons.
Everybody buckle up. Mom. Buckle up.
Let's go.
Buckle up.
Can we go to the store? Mom,
buckle
can we get
up.
some ice cream?
Everybody, buckle up.
A lot goes on in the car, but you're in control. So only move when you hear the click that says they're buckled in. Never give up until they buckle up. Learn more at safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Back here at the Stroh Center, 15:31 to play in the first half. Bowling Green out to a fast start, 15-8 over the Northern Illinois Huskies.
We've seen some 100-foot play there, especially by Wilkins just a second ago. Got a rebound and a putback, took his first 2 points of the game, and then on the receiving end, it was called as a goaltending, but a good defensive play to get up there and make a block on the layup. And I love what I'm seeing from, as I said before, some of the non-star names from Bowling Green right now. Wilkins, I think, has played very well, and Dejan Humphrey has played very well as well. Already a third of the way to his season high on points with his 2 3-pointers.
He is. It's good to see from him. He really struggled shooting the 3-ball. Didn't shoot it too much after coming back from injury.
We see Braylon Green in the game now, too, for BG.
On the court for the Falcons, like you mentioned, Braylon Green, Marcus Johnson, Trey Thomas, Williams Jr., Exact, and Derek Butler. Trey Thomas with the ball. Northern Illinois starters still out there. No bench players have seen the court just yet. Braylon Green with it. Left corner, moving to the left wing. Up top, Williams Jr. Exact. Looking to pass it to someone. 3 on the shot clock. Gives it to Green. 1 on the shot clock. Step back. Doesn't look like he got it off in time. It won't be good anyways. Off back iron. shot clock violation for Bowling Green. Just really couldn't get anything going on that offensive possession.
Yeah, I think that's something we've seen a lot this season from Bowling Green, that they pass a lot, and we mentioned them being, the 16th fewest assists in the NCAA right now,
Yep.
and, it doesn't seem like they're passing with the purpose really on that play. They were just passing it around the three-point line, not really getting downhill. Want to look to do that later on, and that's why Braylon couldn't get that shot off.
Jemai Felt checks in for Marcus Johnson. Outside, it's going to be a McPherson. Triple goes for Northern Illinois. They're within 4, 15-11. Bowling Green leads. We're under 15 to play in the first half.
5 points for McPherson already. He's probably played the best of any player so far, and he's got the points to show for it as well. 1 from the field, 2 free throws as well, taking 1 to the rack, and now shooting a 3.
Like we've been saying, he has a hot hand for Northern Illinois right now. Trey Thomas gives it off to Exact. Exact off to Butler, still top of the key. Butler trying to work around a screen. Does not really get one set very well for him. Gives it off to Trey Thomas. Thomas working to his right. Puts up a floater driving to the baseline. No good. I believe we're going to have a foul on the court here. Looks like that'll go against Quinton Jones. He was fighting with a Falcon for the ball. So Bowling Green will keep possession. That'll be the first personal foul on Northern Illinois here in this one. Just 2 fouls early on. 1 on Jones and 1 on Felt for Bowling Green.
I think that one was Wilkins got that rebound there and was fouled on the way down. I like the way Todd Simon's approaching this game, is attacking the boards and the size of that NIU team. And there we go. They do it again to Jemai.
Inbound to Felt. He was triple teamed down low. Couldn't get the layup to go. Northern Illinois takes it the other way. Jones with it, trying to work around Green. Gets the shot up over a flying Braylon Green. That goes off the backboard. Northern Illinois within 2, 15-13.
Tough
Under
one to
14 minutes to play in the first half.
Tough one to stop for sure. 6'5" guard. That's a pretty much a forward right there, although he takes the ball up the court.
Trey Thomas with the ball for Bowling Green. Drops it to Jemai Felt. He hands it off to Thomas. He hands it off to Green, and Green hands it off to Butler, top of the key. We're going to have a whistle before the three-pointer by Butler.
It's going to be a hand check there outside the three-point line, I believe.
On James Dent Jr.
Yes.
I believe is what I heard over the PA there. So that'll be second foul by Northern Illinois. Haven't seen update here yet. It will be on James Dent Jr. That'll be his first. Derek Butler inbounds for Bowling Green to Trey Thomas. Thomas working with the new shot clock. Gives it off to Exact. He drives inside. Left-handed layup goes. Wilkins Jr. Exact breaks the scoreless drought for Bowling Green. Was standing at over 2 minutes.
4 points for Exact now, 17-13 Bowling Green. Like the way they've played, taking a step back in the last couple of minutes, but looks like Wilkins playing great D there on Quinton Jones.
Dent Jr. with it, gives it off here to newly checked in Joe Munden Jr. His triple from the corner, no good. Trey Thomas takes it the other way. Thomas thought about a deep triple, moving to his left. Hands it off to Derek Butler. He swings it across court to Braylon Green. Green looking for a motion from Exact. Working to his left at the free throw line. We have a whistle. Believe that's going to go against Jemai Felt based on...
Couldn't see the number that he put up, but Jemai's checking out of the game, so
I thought I saw an 11 there. It will be on Jemai.
Got to be against him.
It will be on Jemai, so that'll be Jemai Felt's second foul. You talked about avoiding foul trouble for Felt and Johnson. Jemai not exactly in it yet, but you don't want to see too early fouls. He probably won't see the court for another few minutes.
Yeah, now your post presence is dependent on Marcus Johnson and Wilkins, who's Wilkins has played pretty well so far in this game, but it's a little bit thin on the big man there.
Nichols kicks it out to Jones, who misses a triple. Exact will take it the other way for Bowling Green. Gives it off to Campbell. Haven't said his name much here today. To Butler, back to Campbell. Won't shoot the triple. Still wearing that brace on his right hand. Trying to drive inside. Almost lost the ball. Got it back. His shot no good. It's blocked, but there is a whistle on the shot.
Quinton Jones, I think, is going to pick up his second, I believe, if that's the one that was down there in the paint.
It will be on Quinton Jones. That'll be his second. So Quinton Jones for Northern Illinois. Jemai Felt for Bowling Green. Each with 2 personal fouls here early in this one.
I love the way Javante takes that to the rim right there and just manufactures a way to get points. He's a pretty true free throw shooter as well. I like the way he's shot from the stripe this year, and very good take to come away with points here, and he already got one.
Campbell 77.5% from the line on the season. made all 6 attempts he had on Saturday against Central Michigan. He hits the first here. Really feels like he's gotten better since he suffered that hand injury. Maybe because he's having to focus more on the mechanics of it, not being able to have as natural of a feel with it. Either way, you definitely have seen improvement from the charity stripe by Javante Campbell.
It definitely does, and that's an area of the game for Bowling Green that you would like to see improvement on. Not the best free throw shooting team in the nation. In the MAC, they're pretty good as well, 75%, but certainly always room for improvement there when you're put at the charity stripe.
Campbell hits both. Bowling Green leads by 6, 19-13, 12 minutes play in the first half. Shot here, no good by Dent. Bowling Green takes it the other way. It's Braylon Green running full length of the court, drops it off to Derek Butler in the paint. Butler kicks it back out to Exact. Exact pulls a triple off front iron. No good, but it's tipped in by Marcus Johnson. Looked like he was going for a rebound, but he tips it in for 2 points.
What a paint move by the in-place center of Jemai Felt. That's what Bowling Green's going to need to do to maintain the post.
Mid-range jumper is good from Kalen Nichols. 21-15, Bowling Green leads, 11.5 to play in the first half. Next stoppage will bring us our under 12 media timeout. Green working to his left, picks up his dribble, gives it off to Johnson. Johnson moving to his right into the corner, double teamed, swings it to Derek Butler, he swings it to Campbell, pass over to Green, drops inside here. That was Wilkins, junior Exact lost it. Northern Illinois takes it the other way.
Thinking that offensive zone, Braylon Green might have made one too many passes. Maybe should have taken that to the rack instead of making the extra one. There's a little bit of a clogged lane there.
Up top, Dent gives it off here. Corner triple is true by Kalen Nichols.
Not the greatest three-point shooter in the world, 28% from 3 this season, but he got that one to go, and now it's within a 3-point game again for NIU.
21-18, Bowling Green's lead cut down Northern Illinois on a 5-0 run over the past minute. 10.5 minutes to play here in the first half, approaching the halfway mark of this first half. Marcus Johnson driving inside for Bowling Green. Floater off the backboard. He's getting everything to go right now. 23-18, Bowling Green leads. Marcus Johnson is up to 11 points, the first double-digit scorer here in this one.
Pretty similar in size, but he was going against Ethan Butler right there, and just too quick a feet, and the ability to move and create separation again. He just had a little bit, and that's all he needed at that frame.
Muhammad pushes Javante Campbell to the floor. It's going to be called an offensive foul on Muhammad. Bowling Green will have the ball when we come back, but we have reached that under 12 media timeout. 10:07 to play in the first half. Bowling Green leads Northern Illinois by 5, 23-18. You're listening to BGSU men's basketball here on Falcon Radio.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Belle Abbey from BGSU Volleyball, and these are my Falcon 4 favorite movies. Number 1 is Shrek, because it's iconic. Love Actually, great rom-com. Step Brothers, also iconic. And Princess Bride.
Back here at the Stroh Center, 5-point advantage for Bowling Green, 23-18. Do have to mention, we said that foul was on Nazir Muhammad before we went to break. They have officially assigned it to Ethan Butler. We both thought we saw Muhammad there push Campbell to the ground, but officials saw something else on that play, tagged Ethan Butler with the foul. That'll be his first. Muhammad still without a foul. But Ben, Bowling Green, came out hot in this one. They had a big lead. It's been cut down to 5, but this Falcons team definitely seemed to come out with more energy than they've had the past few contests.
It definitely did, and I'm questioning why Dejon Humphrey has not come back into the game. Maybe he's dealing with something that we don't know of, but he was 2 for 2 from 3. Looked like he was playing pretty good on the defensive end, too, locking down. I believe he was on Karan McPherson for there a little bit, but he's yet to be back in the game. I like the way Wilkins has played thus far. Not as many offensive opportunities, but the Bowling Green seems to be more of an emphasis on passing thus far. Just none of them been able to get downhill, and I think they need to crash in on the boards and attack the lack of size for NIU the rest of the game.
Humphrey will be back in the court here. I think a reason why you're not seeing a ton of Dejon Humphrey on long stretches right now is this is only his 10th game this season, so he is still coming back from an injury. You'd probably assume he's not at, full just game readiness to play 40 minutes every game. So Simon's probably trying to work him back in to a doable amount of minutes. We'll see how many he plays here. It is Humphrey on the court. He's joined by Thomas, Butler, Johnson, and Campbell. Johnson launches a triple. That's no good. Dent takes it the other way for Northern Illinois. Nichols with it, lost it, picked up by Derek Butler. Butler will take it the other way. BG running. Butler going to slow things down now beyond the arc. He'll make his move inside, kick it out to Campbell. Haven't seen Campbell shoot much since he injured his hand. He won't. Drives baseline to Johnson, over to Humphrey to Thomas. Thomas triple top of the key.
That's the guy you want right there. 30% shooting this season. Perfect ball movement by Bowling Green. Drive in a little bit, get it to the corner. Separation, the defenders drop off, and Trey deep but open.
6 early assists on 10 shots made for Bowling Green. You love to see that if you're a Falcons fan. Dent with it, guarded by Butler. Gives it off to Muhammad, guarded heavily by Campbell. Dejon Humphrey also playing tight defense. Triple there, no good for the Huskies. They're just 2 for 6 from deep.
Close turnover there.
Very close. Marcus Johnson picks it up, though, for the Falcons. Trey Thomas will slow things down for Bowling Green. He'll kick it to Humphrey, right wing, back up top to Thomas. Thomas, deep triple. Front iron, off the back iron, to the right will not go. Nearly made that from East Wooster. Double team here by the Falcons. Butler kicks it out to the corner, now swung to the other corner to Nichols. He'll launch a three-pointer, no good, rebounded by Marcus Johnson.
It's going to be, I think, the 12th rebound of the game for Bowling Green to only 4 for NIU. That's a big disparity right there, and that was a pretty weak shot by MJ at the left wing.
Looks like it may have been deflected, trying to go for a high-arcing three-pointer, not anywhere close.
I like the way they've been setting up shots. I don't know why you would force that one right there. It didn't really set too much up, but we're going to get a foul on the floor there against NIU.
Looks like I would assume that's going to be on Campbell. He was leaning in, trying to get a steal. We'll see who they assign it. It will be on Campbell. So Campbell getting a little aggressive there in the defensive end. That's his first.
You know, he has been locking down James Dent, though, who's one of the higher scorers on this team for NIU. Dent has not scored a point so far, and Javante's been on him most of the time. So it's nice to see there. Those fouls are just incidental gameplay things, and James Dent's a very good player. Got to guard that three-point line tough.
You know, we've talked about this Falcons defense has been a little weak this season, but they have 2 early candidates for MAC Defensive Player of the Year. Jemai Felt tied for the lead in blocks in the MAC with 33, and of course we know Javante Campbell racking up all those steals this season. Back to action here. Layup made. Tough finish by Nazir Muhammad, working inside over a couple Falcons. Gets it to go. 26-20. Bowling Green leads. 7:45 to play in the first half. Bowling Green is scoreless for the last 90 seconds and counting. Braylon Green finds Derek Butler in the corner. Back to Green, up top to Thomas. He swings it left wing to Dejon Humphrey. His triple just short. Northern Illinois corrals the rebound. Transition triple here from Nazir Muhammad.
Man, ice cold from the right wing by Nazir Muhammad, and a perfectly placed timeout from Todd Simon right there. That was a very good shot by Muhammad to get them back in this game within 3. Bowling Green only on top 26-23, and he's really takes a step up in this game up to Karan McPherson as well.
Bowling Green calling a 30-second timeout. I believe we'll also transition into a media timeout here. We will, the under 8 media timeout. 7:20 to play here in the first half between Bowling Green and Northern Illinois. Falcons leading the Huskies by a three-pointer, 26-23. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio.
I'm Levi Gazaric, a senior tight end, and my Falcon 4 camp essentials are electrolytes, a gallon of water, sunflower seeds, and Nerds gummy clusters. Go Falcons.
Former MAC Defensive Player of the Year, Lindsey Austin, set the BGSU women's basketball program record with 10 steals against Miami of Ohio on February 3rd, 2004. This has been history, Falcon Athletic.
When someone hears the words, "you have cancer," it's one of the darkest moments in their life. Light the Night brings light to the darkness of cancer by uniting survivors, patients, and supporters in the cause to end cancer. We form a community of hope, raising funds in support of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. The discoveries made by LLS-supported research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. When we walk, cancer runs. Join the movement to end cancer today. Visit us at lightthenight.org.
Back here at the Stroh Center, 26-23 lead for Bowling Green over Northern Illinois. 7:20 left to play here in the first half. Bowling Green, though, Ben, scoreless for the last 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
They definitely are. I don't think it's due to turnovers. I think they're just not making smart decisions with the basketball. They had a couple of real nice drives there. They got a couple of real nice runs and then extending the lead, but they keep playing some pretty weak defense on the other side, committing some fouls too, and giving some free opportunities to NIU. And Nazir Muhammad has been ice cold as of the last couple of minutes. Got a good layup there and a tough finish, and then a three-point dagger coming right down the court on transition. So he's been pretty good so far. We haven't seen a lot from Karan McPherson in the last couple of minutes. He's tied with Cameron Nichols and Nazir Muhammad for the lead for NIU with 5 points, and they're attacking with a lot more bodies than Bowling Green is for sure.
Marcus Johnson for Bowling Green leads all scorers with 11. 5 for 10 shooting from the field, also leads the game in rebounding with 4. Little hint of a full court press there by Northern Illinois. Bowling Green breaks it though. Northern Illinois led off pretty easily. Just showing a different look. Braylon Green, Trey Thomas, Derek Butler, Wilkins Jr., Exact, Dejon Humphrey on the court for Bowling Green. Relatively small lineup out there for Todd Simon and the Falcons. Butler with it, top of the key, down to 4 on the shot clock. Deep triple will not go, off back iron. Rebound collected by the Huskies. Nichols with it. Gives it off to Savet Sotirov. Newly checked into this one. McPherson has it, left wing, puts a nice move on Dejon Humphrey. Step back triple will not go. McPherson and Humphrey got kind of tied up after that shot. No whistle. Dejon Humphrey trying to get a pass into the corner to Thomas. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Bowling Green ball. Marcus Johnson going to come and check back into this game.
Quentin Jones looking for a steal there. He's back in the game after taking 2 early personal fouls. He's one of the more forward-looking guards for NIU here, which I think is going to be big down the stretch. But we're seeing Sotirov in there as well. And I like that move by head coach Rashawn Burno from NIU to put some size out there, even though he has, they're going to check him out as soon as I say that. But they're putting in Ethan Butler instead, 6'7". They got to keep the size out there because even without Jemai Felt, they're really bullying him in the paint.
And guess what? They also checked out Quentin Jones. So both those guys you highlighted no longer in the court right now. Quentin Jones, Sotirov out, Dent, Butler in. Derek Butler checks out for Bowling Green. Marcus Johnson back into the contest. Thomas driving inside, drops it off to Green inside. A lot more ball movement here in this one, and it's working for Bowling Green. Green finishes the layup, 28-23. Falcons lead, 6 minutes to play in the first half.
So when they're getting that ball movement down into the paint, they're getting good things to happen, but they're passing it around the three-point line, and they're just not getting anything down. When they get into the paint, they're doing real well, and that's when they've started to take leads.
McPherson driving inside. Layup
good board by Wilkins. Good board by Wilkins. He's been fighting for all those today.
Good contest on the shot, too, by Exact.
4 boards already for Wilkins.
Tied with Marcus Johnson for the game lead. Thomas playing catch with Dejon Humphrey. Finally moves it over to Exact. Inside to Johnson, almost lost it, tips it back out to Exact. Ball finds the hands of Thomas. He drives inside. Right-handed layup, no good. Heavy contact. Fights for the rebound, can't get it. Northern Illinois takes it the other way. It's Dent running with it. He kicks it outside here to McPherson. McPherson backing down, stolen off on the pass by Marcus Johnson. Filled that passing lane nicely, goes coast to coast, just can't finish the layup. But a whistle is called. Marcus Johnson, excellent free throw shooter, will go to the line for 2.
He'll be happy with those 2 points. And, you made a comment a few minutes ago that it looks like BG's tired a little bit, and I agree with you because on that fast break there wasn't a whole lot of trailers for Bowling Green, so good that Marcus could get a couple of free throws out of this, but Bowling Green able to put a 30-piece up on the board with NIU sitting at 23.
That's what happens when they have to play these guys so much. You look at it, 4 of Bowling Green's 5 starters are averaging at least 30 minutes, almost 31 minutes per game. The only one not at that mark is Jemai Felt, who was worked back for the first half of the season off of missing the past 2 seasons due to major knee injuries.
And he's out of this game as well for at least the first half with his 2 fouls that he's picked up. And I'm kind of surprised that he hasn't seen at least another couple of minutes in this first, but I get the point of saving 3 fouls for that.
I think from Simon's
final
point is you can't really just risk it. You can't lose someone like that. Marcus Johnson hits both free throws for Bowling Green. They're up 30-23. We got a whistle on the other end.
And Quentin Jones just got nailed in the face.
Yeah, it looks like he's holding his hands.
It looked like Wilkins got a little bit too handsy there on the defense. I really like the way Exact has been playing in this game. I think he's probably had the best day of any jersey in white. He's been impressive defensive end. He's had some good passes, good fills on the offensive end too.
Butler, little hook shot inside, no good. Exact mistimed the rebound, but Trey Thomas is there to collect it. Humphrey pushing the pace inside, rejected block there.
Ethan Butler with that rejection had it perfectly timed against Dejan. It was a good play by Bowling Green to attack the fast break there, but here's a 3-pointer from James Dent, just off the mark.
Just a little short by Dent. Marcus Johnson collects his 5th rebound of the game. He has the ball in transition for the Falcons, slows things down. Tries to find Exact inside. Exact was looking for it somewhere else to where Johnson delivered it, and Johnson commits a bad foul on the other end. So just overall bad couple possessions there by Marcus Johnson.
It's going to be Johnson's first foul of the game. Yeah, that was just a poor pass. I get the point of catching Wilkins slashing across the charity stripe there, but he waved him over, stared him down the entire time, and as we know, we both watch football. You look at the guy the whole time, it's pretty easy steal.
He tried to do a little nifty pass, too, instead of delivering it normal, tried to be a little fancy on it, did not work. It was Muhammad on the other end on transition. Johnson kind of pushed him at the end of the shot. Easy call by the officials.
Although it does look like Bowling Green's been doing a little bit better on the passing game. Already 7 assists so far in their 11 made buckets. So that's pretty good ratio for Bowling Green, better than what we've seen for the entire season. And
I mean,
you can tell they're
considering they're just 4 away from their season average at this point here in the first half.
You can tell they're really making an effort to make better passes. You really can.
Muhammad hits the first one. The second free throw rolls out. Bowling Green maintains a 6-point lead, 30-24, approaching 4 minutes to play in the first half. Johnson with it, double teamed, out to Campbell, kicks it over to Butler. Wide open 3-pointer by Derek Butler. No good, rolls out for the Falcons. It'll be Dent taking it the other way for Northern Illinois. Next stoppage will bring us to our final media timeout in the first half, and we'll get it right here, thrown out of bounds by the Huskies. 3:56 to play in the first half. Bowling Green leads Northern Illinois by 6, 30-24. You are listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Falcon Radio.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Falcon Radio.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Falcon Radio 88.1 WBGU HD2 Bowling Green, Ohio.
On November 15th, 2024, BGSU Hockey defeated St. Thomas in a shootout, courtesy of a game winner by defenseman Jack Blake. Falcon Media Sports Network's voice of Falcon Hockey, Ben Korak, had the call of the moment on WBGU 88.1 FM.
And Jack Blake, for all the glory, trying to put this one away. with the puck, taking it around.
Hi, this is Dave Gosher, radio play-by-play voice for the Boston Bruins, and you're listening to all the high-flying action of Bowling Green Falcon sports on Falcon Radio.
Time in the lineup this season, and Jack Blake is the hero as Bowling Green mobs him.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
To 24, Bowling Green leads Northern Illinois. 3:56 to play in the first half. We won't have any more media timeouts before the conclusion of this first half.
I think it's been a really good first half for Bowling Green. I like the way that they've played defensively. They've been great on the board, 17 already, which is a pretty astounding number considering, although NIU doesn't have a lot of size in there. I think BG could be up by quite a margin more if they haven't shot themselves in the foot with some couple of poor turnovers, but they're playing overall a better game than NIU, and I think the score reflects that with them being up 6.
Tyler Kavlitz alongside Ben Korak here for this one. On the court for the Falcons, it's Trey Thomas, Javante Campbell, Marcus Johnson, Derek Butler, Wilkins Jr. Exact. For the Huskies, it's Dent Jr., Butler, McPherson, Muhammad, and Nichols. Exact with it for the Falcons, gives it off to Thomas left wing. Thomas top of the key. Marcus Johnson swings it over to the right wing to Campbell. Campbell moving to his left top of the key, now drops it off on the wing to Johnson. Fadeaway jumper at the baseline, no good by Marcus Johnson. Muhammad takes it the other way for the Huskies. Working inside, little deep kind of floater there, trying to get it off the bank, does not go. Northern Illinois fights and maintains the offensive rebound. Working inside is Dent, heavy contact, he hits the floor, attempting a shot inside the paint. He'll go to the line for 2. We'll see who they assign this to.
It's a great rebound by Ethan Butler. Nice kick out to James Dent. We have seen a lot of James Dent dribble driving into the lane so far in this game. Haven't seen a lot of three-pointers from him. He is 0 for 2 from 3, but he's 0 for 4 from the field, and I think that's a testament to where NIU's really trying to attack BG. They're trying to attack fast and on the stretch the floor a little bit, and I think it's working a lot.
It's going to be Derek Butler with the foul. That'll be his first.
Oh,
Muhammad
good steal
out
there by Javante.
Jones checks in, like you said. Javante Campbell with the steal. He has the ball for the Falcons on the right wing. Trying to work inside into the painted area. Now back out top of the key. Gives it off to Butler. He'll work inside to the paint. Back top to Campbell. Campbell really has not been shooting with that injured right hand. Johnson swings it across to the other side into the corner for Exact. Three-pointer no good. Offensive rebound by Johnson. He puts the floater in. Marcus Johnson up to 15 on the game. He has 6 rebounds.
And on the other end of the floor, James Dent just filled one as well. I was just about to comment on how Bowling Green did a good job of finding the man, the disadvantage there, because the big man, Ethan Butler, the only forward, was at the point guarding Javante Campbell, and they were able to find MJ on the far side there, and Wilkins as well, who took a three-pointer. So then on the reverse end, just couldn't get back in defense fast enough, and I think they just really need this break for halftime.
Johnson with it, approaching 2 minutes to play in the first half. Bowling Green leads 32-27. We have a whistle on the floor.
I think they're going to get Karan McPherson for holding on to Marcus Johnson a little bit there. It should be McPherson's second foul of the game, and already 7 for NIU.
It will be McPherson's second foul. Good call there, Ben. Trey Thomas going to inbound under the hoop for the Falcons. 2:06 to play in the first half. Bowling Green up by 5, 32-27. Both teams 1 for 6 in their last 6 shots from the field. Campbell's stripped, trying to go up for a shot off the inbound, so we'll do it again from the same spot.
You know, understandably and unfortunately, you're seeing more and more of that from Javante. He's so good on the dribble drive, like Marcus Hill was last year, taking it up to the rim, but he just doesn't have that grip strength anymore, and you see that ball slotted away an abnormal amount of the times, which is not his fault. It's a testament to him playing with, 2 broken fingers.
Trey Thomas lobs it to Marcus Johnson, maintains it with one hand, a little football catch there. Kicks it out to Butler. He swings it to Exact, to Campbell, to Trey Thomas. Around the horn for the triple for the Falcons.
Around the world right there, as Tyler said a second ago, Trey Thomas in the corner. That was just clinical ball movement by Bowling Green on that to take that point. 35-27 BG.
1:45 and counting to play in the first half. Dent with it, working inside. Jumper goes over Derek Butler and Marcus Johnson.
James Dent has worked great from inside the arc so far in this game. No three-pointers yet, but he's been great in other. I'm sorry, he's got one three-pointer so far, but he's been great in the other aspects.
Derek Butler with it, working into the paint. Works inside of Dent. His layup no good. Northern Illinois takes it the other way. Dent with it, pulls up for the triple. Just short, will not go. Trey Thomas gets the rebound. Approaching a minute to play here in the first half. Thomas is stripped there. Northern Illinois pushing it. Dent passes up here, gets it back. Bowling Green, good job recovering on defense. It's Quinton Jones with it. Triple from the left wing. Will not go. Offensive rebound by the Huskies. We're going to have a shot missed here inside. Looks like that was Butler, but there is going to be a whistle on the Falcons. We'll see who they get here.
A couple of bodies in there, too many hands, and you are going to get a foul eventually. You just got to hope that it's not
Trey
on
Thomas is who they're going to
Trey Thomas. So that's going to be his first of the game. At least it wasn't on somebody that already had one, although it is almost through the first half, so it means a little bit less. But this will be 2 free throws for Ethan Butler, who is not the greatest free throw shooter this season, 61%. And he makes his first one promptly as I say that. Closer, feels closer than it probably should be at half right now. I think Bowling Green has played quite sizably better than the Huskies. I think they've just been given some key opportunities by Bowling Green, especially turnovers, although they have less, a couple of real bad ones.
We've talked about this off the air a little bit. This Falcons team is putting together really good 3-4 minute stretches. They're just not sustaining it for this whole half. And Northern Illinois has, made the baskets when they needed to when Bowling Green has been lacking. Both free throws made there. Bowling Green leads 35-31. 45 seconds and counting in the first half. Shot clock down to 20 for Thomas. Almost 20 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Thomas gives it off to Johnson. Johnson swings it across the court to Campbell. Campbell back to Johnson. Now to Campbell, swings it over to Humphrey. Over to Trey Thomas. Triple from Thomas, no good. Offensive rebound by Johnson. Shot clock off. He swings it behind his back to Dejon Humphrey. Javante Campbell will hold it for the final shot of the half for Bowling Green. 10 seconds on the clock. 35-31, Bowling Green leads. Campbell makes his move with 5, 4. Passes while falling out of bounds. Dejon Humphrey, triple from the corner at the buzzer.
What a shot by Dejon in the corner. Holy. And a great find by Javante Campbell dribbling down to the rim.
Bowling Green goes into halftime up by 7, 38-31. We will take a short break here. Come back to recap the first 20 minutes of action for you. Once again, Bowling Green up 38-31 over Northern Illinois. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Ugh! I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future in a world that's changing fast. Do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do it all with confidence, kindness, and strength. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing. Inspire kids to do at 4h.org.
A few years ago, Steve Faircow's lungs were failing.
I don't think I had more than a couple weeks to live.
That's when Steve received a lung transplant made possible by an organ donor. Now Steve can do things he never imagined, like climbing 94 floors to the top of a skyscraper.
I never knew that breathing could feel this good. It's an incredible gift.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Hi, I'm Arielle Winter. If you're anything like me, your pets are not only your best friends, they're part of your family. American Humane, which has been rescuing animals like Cleo here for more than 100 years, has life-saving tips that can make a big difference in a disaster. When disaster strikes, you want to protect your whole family, including your pets. To help keep your family safe and help our best friends in their worst times, find tips at AmericanHumane.org.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
My name is Jim. I'm a veteran, and I lost both legs in Vietnam. My victory was proving that disability is not a limitation.
I'm Julius. I'm a veteran. My victory was going from homeless to home.
At DAV, we're on a mission, helping veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned.
I'm Cece. My victory was finishing my education.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Hey there, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hovey on the BGSU volleyball team, and these are my Falcon 4 off-day activities. My first one would be spend time with family and friends if they're in town, because I love them. My second one would be read my book, because it's relaxing. My third one would be go get coffee, because who doesn't love coffee? And my fourth one would be go get groceries so I can make food for the week.
When someone hears the words, "You have cancer," it's one of the darkest moments in their life. Light the Night brings light to the darkness of cancer by uniting survivors, patients, and supporters in the cause to end cancer. We form a community of hope, raising funds in support of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. The discoveries made by LLS-supported research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. When we walk, cancer runs. Join the movement to end cancer today. Visit us at lightthenight.org.
Everybody buckle up. Mom. Buckle up.
Let's go.
Buckle up.
Can we go to the store? Mom,
buckle
can we get
up.
some ice cream?
Everybody, buckle up.
A lot goes on in the car, but you're in control. So only move when you hear the click that says they're buckled in. Never give up until they buckle up. Learn more at safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
About 10 minutes to go here at halftime. Bowling Green leads Northern Illinois 38-31 at the break. Tyler Kavlin's here alongside Ben Korak. Ben, all things considered, pretty good half there by the Falcons.
Yeah, I think they played a pretty complete first half. They had some pretty good defense, especially early, and it slacked off a little bit at the end, but I think that was more of a conditioning / tiring thing. Their offense was pretty good throughout as well. When they got the good ball movement, they were able to really make something happen, and when they had that superfluous ball movement, they were just passing it around the top of the three-point line. They were just not getting anything downhill, and they weren't getting anything in the paint, nor were they getting anything wide open. But they had a couple of really nice dribble drives from Javante Campbell. One of them got deep for that final three-pointer by Dejon Humphrey before the half, which really made this score look far more different than it was originally. And I like the way Bowling Green's been playing on the offensive end. They got 8 offensive rebounds to only 2 for NIU, even though defensive rebounds are tied for the two squads at 12, and they're already way more than halfway of their rebound total for the season. So I like the things that they're doing. Can they just put them together in the second half and keep that pressure up as they've been doing?
A few things to point out here for Bowling Green. 19 minutes, 23 seconds with the lead. Northern Illinois has not led once in this contest. And there's been really, now that I'm looking at these stats, about 4 key guys for the Falcons that have really stepped up in this one. You got Marcus Johnson. He's put in a game-high 15 points and 7 rebounds, 4 rebounds on the offensive glass. That's double what Northern Illinois has on the offensive boards as a team. He's taken 12 shots, made 6 of them, just 1 for 4 from deep. Dejon Humphrey, on the other hand, has capitalized from deep. 3 for 4 from beyond the arc, hit that buzzer beater triple in the corner going into halftime. He's at 9 points. Javante Campbell has 2 more steals. He hasn't taken a shot from the field, has made 2 free throws, but he's been a big factor for Bowling Green on defense. And Wilkins Jr. Exact has really just put in a lot of hard work for the Falcons, done a lot of dirty work in the first 20 minutes. He sits with 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds after the first 20 minutes of action.
And what I've seen a lot in this game, especially you mentioned Javante Campbell not having taken a shot, that's fine because he's being guarded by Ethan Butler, who's pretty much the only big for NIU, and he's being guarded by Quentin Jones as well, who's one of the better defenders. And he's really sucking up a defender in an area where his offense is going to be taking a step back, considering he can't really shoot from deep, and he's been dribble driving pretty well and being able to kick. He is a good passer as well. He's got 4 assists, which is the most for BG and the most in this game. So I like the way he's been playing. I like the way Jemiah was playing before he picked up that second foul, and obviously foul trouble is going to be a little bit easier on him as he's allowed 3 in the second half. But I think the second half is going to come down to Wilkins Jr. Exact. I think he's going to step up in a big way. He seems to have a lot of conditioning. Not a guy that you see on the stat sheet a lot, but his play without the ball is some of the best I've seen in a Bowling Green uniform in my 2 years being here. So I really like him. I like the way he's played thus far, and on the defensive and the offensive end, I think he's been one of the better players.
For Northern Illinois, it's been more of a team effort. The highest score for them is Ethan Butler with 6. James Dent Jr., Karan McPherson, and Nichols all have 5 apiece. Overall team stats, Bowling Green shooting 41.2% from the field, 37.5% from deep. They've canned 6 triples, perfect from the line, a 4 for 4 mark. Northern Illinois shooting 45.8% from the floor, 30.8% on three-pointers, 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Bowling Green out-rebounding the Huskies 20-14. Northern Illinois has turned the ball over 7 times. They've committed 6 personal fouls. Bowling Green's turned it over just 5 and committed 7 fouls. So Northern Illinois shooting at a higher clip from the field. Bowling Green just capitalizing on triples a little more in the first half. Looking at everything that's gone down first 20 minutes, we're still about 5 minutes away from the start of the second half. What do you want to see from both these teams in the final 20 minutes of the contest?
Yeah, I know. I think we saw in the first half what Bowling Green needs to do to win, and I think that's going to play a half-court game. I think they played a lot better in that half-court game. They had more points in the paint. They had more points on second chance as well. But you look at NIU, they had more fast break points, had only 1 less bench points, and they had more turnovers as well with less turnover points. So I think NIU is going to try and function off of that fast break a lot, which if Bowling Green's able to get back in the defensive end, they're going to be able to stop pretty well. But the way Bowling Green's been passing the ball, I don't see a way that NIU is going to be able to get into the face of Bowling Green sufficiently and stop the big men that they should have in the second half, considering Jemiah, Marcus Johnson, and Wilkins Jr. Exact are all going to be available, and we know how difficult all 3 of those guys are to stop if they're functioning at a high pace.
We will have to wait and see what happens down the stretch of this one. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the start of action for the second half here between Bowling Green and Northern Illinois. Falcons leading the Huskies at the break, 38-31. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio. Don't go anywhere.
When someone hears the words, "You have cancer," it's one of the darkest moments in their life. Light the Night brings light to the darkness of cancer by uniting survivors, patients, and supporters in the cause to end cancer. We form a community of hope, raising funds in support of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. The discoveries made by LLS-supported research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. When we walk, cancer runs. Join the movement to end cancer today. Visit us at lightthenight.org.
Green, green, green. It's your home, it's your dream. Radon testing, keep it healthy and clean. Make it green, green, green. is making sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Testing for radon is easy. Just call 866-730-GREEN. Make it green, green, green.
A message from the U.S. EPA.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Matt always knew he wanted to be a doctor. That's why he makes the most of every day. To study before breakfast, to work hard, to do whatever was necessary to achieve his goal. He found an answer in the military. If you have a passion, a vision for your future in any field, todaysmilitary.com can be your path to a fulfilling career. You have a calling, we have an answer. Find your way at todaysmilitary.com.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future in a world that's changing fast. Do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do it all with confidence, kindness, and strength. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing. Inspire kids to do at 4h.org.
Everybody buckle up. Buckle up.
Let's go.
Buckle up.
Can we go to the store? Mom,
buckle
can we get
up.
some ice cream?
Everybody, buckle up.
A lot goes on in the car, but you're in control. So only move when you hear the click that says they're buckled in. Never give up until they buckle up. Learn more at safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Dave Gosher, radio play-by-play voice of the Boston Bruins, and you're listening to all the high-flying action of Bowling Green Falcon sports on Falcon Radio.
Back here at the Stroh Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University in Bowling Green, Ohio. Still about a minute to go before we get underway with second half action for BGSU men's basketball against Northern Illinois. Bowling Green leading the Huskies 38-31 here at halftime. Tyler Kavlitz here alongside Ben Korak for this one. It's a good first half, a little back and forth action. Northern Illinois never led. Bowling Green led for over 19 minutes. Something they haven't done a ton in games. They might have heard you on the pregame. They came out a lot faster than they have in most games this season, especially during this 5-game losing streak. But this will be the real test for this Bowling Green team with the lack of depth they currently have, is if they can hold off this Northern Illinois team who has been good in second halves recently and finally come out with another Mid-American Conference victory.
Yeah, I don't think we should get ahead of ourselves here for sure, but I think the way they played in the first half, I don't think there's a doubt in a lot of minds that they will be able to come with the victory here, but you also want to prove something to yourself that, you know, this is the bottom team in the MAC. You want to not only beat them, but you want to beat them in a way that proves that you can get into one of those MAC championship spots. So you still got some work left to do in this game. You're leading by 7 right now coming out of half, 38-31. I think Bowling Green's going to be in pretty good shape going forward to be able to cap this off, and just depends on how NIU comes out. You know, they got a couple of guys that have done pretty well in this game. Karan McPherson's one. I think James Dent Jr.'s played pretty well. Quentin Jones we haven't seen a lot of, but he was in foul trouble. So a couple of guys there for NIU that can turn the tables.
And you'll see more of Jemiah Felt for Bowling Green, that's for sure. Felt's on the court with Johnson, Campbell, Thomas, and Humphrey. Looks like all 5 starters out there for Bowling Green. Back underway here in action, second half. Easy find for Northern Illinois. James Dent Jr. down low puts it in.
It was a good backdoor cut. Dejan was on it, but just couldn't get his hand in the lane enough and a little bit tardy.
Northern Illinois going from left to right now across your radio dials. Bowling Green right to left. Marcus Johnson finds a wide open Trey Thomas in the corner in front of the Bowling Green bench. He cans the triple.
Wish we had a shot chart for this game as well. I think that's a couple of three-pointers hit already by Trey in that corner. I think Marcus Johnson has hit one as well. That's the spot for BG. They're swinging it well when they're coming from the left wing or the right wing around to that other side corner and reversing field completely. It looks like NIU's defense just not able to catch up to those.
41-33, Bowling Green leads NIU.
Going to be a foul on Dejan Humphrey there, I think. His first.
I believe that's who it's going to be assigned to.
Only Braylon Green without a foul so far in this game, but it's good that not a lot of Falcons doubling up besides Jemai.
Northern Illinois inbounds it here. It's Butler. He hands it off. Finds inside.
What a swat there by Jemai.
That was Butler, rejected by Jemai Felt. As you said, Jemai Felt now with that block moves into the MAC lead with 34 blocks on the season. Passes A.J. Clayton, currently injured for Ohio. He has 33.
You know, he's really the key player for Bowling Green on this court at all times. You know, Marcus Johnson's the better offender. Devontae Campbell, I believe, is the better defender, but Jemai brings a little bit of both, and he's a really huge post presence, and especially against this NIU team without a whole lot of size. Nobody to match up with Jemai in the way that some other teams have been able to.
Dent working inside there. Got a shot up, but got fouled. Shot did not fall, so he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Dent shooting in front of the Falcon Fanatics. Hits the first one. On the season, James Dent Jr., 73.9% from the free throw line. And Dent goes 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Bowling Green's lead back down to a 6-point advantage, 41-35. We've yet to play 50 seconds here in this second half. Been a slow-moving first minute, getting back underway out of halftime.
And we're seeing a press here from NIU. Not a too great of one. It looks like BG is going to be able to pass their way out of this.
Yeah,
but
they
that's
showed that in the first half.
Interesting look there from NIU early in the second half.
Yeah, just showing a little bit something for Bowling Green to think about, a little different. Devontae Campbell with it, drops it to Marcus Johnson. Just above the free throw line, trying to find Jemai Felt down low with a bounce pass, but that goes out of bounds. Felt not able to reach it in time.
I like that idea, getting Jemai active early. I really like that idea from Marcus Johnson, who's normally a pretty good passer, but that one just a little bit long and
that almost
being defended.
Looked like a little miscommunication there, too.
Yeah, maybe a little
bit. I think
Johnson
was looking to do something. I don't know if Felt understood exactly what he wanted to do.
I think Felt was trying to get a little bit more behind Ethan Butler as well, the defender. But he's got size. He doesn't necessarily have to always.
Muhammad across the court here, working inside.
Oh, Javante with the block.
Jones blocked by Javante, as you said. Campbell will slow things down for Bowling Green. Gives it to Dejan Humphrey, top of the key. He's going to be blocked. Run into another Husky, kind of a flying knee there by Dejan.
Weird sequence by BG
really
and NIU.
In the end, Campbell comes up with it. He gives it off to Humphreys, working inside. Before he can make a spin move into the paint, we are going to have a foul called.
I think
they assign that to.
I think that's going to be James Dent as
I believe
well.
You are correct.
And yeah, I think Dejan sold that one a little bit. I don't think there was too much there, but he got the call, and that's Dent's second, I believe.
Inbounded here to Marcus Johnson. Kicks it up to Campbell across the Butler, now finds Thomas in the corner. Thomas trying to work baseline now. Makes his move up top, passes it off to Butler, straight away, triple top of the key. Derek Butler gets it to go.
First points of the game from Derek Butler, 2 3-point attempts besides that one, but that's a good one to get the monkey off the back right there and get him active in this game. Need his offense for sure.
Top of the key, it's Nichols with it for Northern Illinois. Drops it off here to McPherson, his triple no good. Marcus Johnson secures his 9th rebound of the game. One away from a double-double for Johnson. Swings it across to Derek Butler. Butler top of the key, now trying to drive inside with his right hand. Picks up his dribble at the MAC logo inside the paint, throws it away. Trying to find Felt down low, that was knocked away. Quinton Jones comes up with it for Northern Illinois. Almost knocked away by Bowling Green. Finds the hands of Jones, top of the key. Working around a pick, trying to drive inside, picks up his dribble. Into the corner, three-pointer here, good by Karan McPherson.
You know, that was just a great defensive sequence by Bowling Green, and they didn't end up getting the stop in the end, but Karan McPherson with a great shot. MJ had a good closeout. Jemai Felt had a good hand in the lane to break up that pass as well, and Javante with a good defensive play on that one as well. So just an even better play on the offensive end by NIU.
Bowling Green Bowling Green's lead down to 6, 44-38. Just under 17 minutes to play here in the first half. Derek Butler with it, picks up his dribble, looking to pass it to the Falcon, finds Trey Thomas top of the key. He works inside, left-handed layup rejected there by Ethan Butler. Northern Illinois taking the other way. Javante Campbell picks it off, and he falls out of bounds before he can make any move. Just looks like he tripped over his own feet there trying to work in transition.
That is going to go down as the third steal of the game for Javante, who's really making a bid for that MAC record, I'm sure.
Javante now on the season, just 14 steals away from DeMar Moore's BG single-season record of 82. Javante Campbell currently sitting at 68 on the season. It is Northern Illinois ball. It's going to be Muhammad with it, trying to pass it off, knocked away by Johnson. Johnson comes up with the ball. He's almost stripped from behind by Northern Illinois. Todd Simon looking for a foul, does not. Todd Simon was looking for a foul, does not get it. But Javante Campbell wide open down low. Nice find by Marcus Johnson. Bowling Green gets 2 more. Their lead up to 8, 46-38.
Good finish, first bucket of the game from Javante, and it was a fast break one as well. He seems to be up the court more than he's down the court, and it's a good thing to see from BG, who's got some half-court offense and now turn that into some transition as well.
On the other end, Ethan Butler layup brings Bowling Green's lead back down to 6. 46-40, under 16 minutes to play in the second half. Next stoppage will bring us to a media timeout, but not before Derek Butler works inside. Nifty move to get into the paint, right-handed layup finishes it. 48-40, Bowling Green leads, 15 and a half to play.
Not a lot of play for Derek Butler in the first half, but he's come out in a big way. Three-pointer, and now a bucket there on a good dribble drive play. And that's going to be a foul against Wilkins, I think.
It will be. That was McPherson working inside. I believe you're correct on Wilkins. That'll bring us to our under 16 media timeout. 15-24 to play in this one. Bowling Green leads Northern Illinois 48-40. You are listening to BGSU men's basketball here on Falcon Radio.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future in a world that's changing fast. Do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do it all with confidence, kindness, and strength. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing. Inspire kids to do at 4h.org. Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future in a world that's changing fast. Do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do it all with confidence, kindness, and strength. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing. Inspire kids to do at 4h.org.
48-40, the lead for Bowling Green over Northern Illinois. 15-24 to play in this contest. Bowling Green desperately seeking a win in the Mid-American Conference. They sit in 10th place in the conference standings, 2-7 MAC record, 7-14 overall. Northern Illinois could also definitely use a win. Just one conference win this season. They're 1-8 in the MAC, 5-16 overall. Both teams on a skid recently. Northern Illinois has lost 2 straight. Bowling Green has lost a conference high 5 straight contests.
And Tyler, I think the way that Bowling Green has started playing in the second half, it might go to 0 for 12 on the road and another loss for NIU. I mean, Bowling Green's just playing fantastic so far. They played good on the defensive end, played pretty well on the offensive end as well. It's really nice to see them stay at the boards and continue those real good things that we saw in the first half. And it's really nice to see a couple of other guys getting active, Derek Butler being one. It's nice to see him get his first points and 5 points so far in his 3 in dribble drive.
Leading scorer in this one is Marcus Johnson with 15. He's 6 for 12 from the field. He also has 9 rebounds, 1 away from a double-double, and on 3 steals.
I know,
for
I
Marcus
was
Johnson.
just looking at that. I don't remember when he got those 3 steals, but impressive stuff to go along with the 2 assists. Going to be a pretty stat-filling night for Marcus Johnson tonight if he gets that double-double.
Inside here, fantastic lob by Quinton Jones for Ethan Butler. What a play there out of the timeout.
And
for
it looks like
Illinois.
Jemai is immediately going to check back into the game after that one. I think Wilkins was the defender there that got jammed on, and that was a great play by NIU to make a statement coming out of the timeout.
Marcus Johnson triple in front of the Bowling Green bench, will not go. Just to clarify, Marcus Johnson has tied a season high with 9 rebounds, does not have a double-double this season. On the other end, nice floater off the bank by Quinton Jones. Bowling Green's lead, just like that, Ben, down to 4, 48-44. Wilkins Jr. exact working inside. Nobody there under the rim. Finishes it with the right hand, 50-44. Bowling Green back ahead. 14.5 to play.
Good
Players hit the ground there. Northern Illinois, Bowling Green fighting for it. Looks like it was Derek Butler trying to make out the other number here. I think Quinton Jones hit the deck for the two teams. We're going to have a jump ball. It'll stay. It'll actually go to Bowling Green. So possession arrow favoring the Falcons.
Impressive, Tyler, that with all the depth problems that they've had this season, they continue to show hustle. I mean, we're a while into this second half, and we're still seeing the same hustle that we saw early in the first and early in the second as well. It's a good thing to see from this Bowling Green team that's shown a little bit more depth today and some pretty good proficiency on that depth as well.
Jemai Felt inside, heavy contact, shot will not go. We're going to have a foul called on Northern Illinois. That will be Ethan Butler, I believe.
I think you're right about that.
Ethan Butler just met Jemai Felt at the apex of that jump. Too much contact for the officials' liking. Jemai Felt will go to the line for 2, somewhere he hasn't had a ton of success this season. Just 59.2% at the charity stripe. 29 for 49 overall for Felt. Misses the first one off front iron.
A couple of key NIU players getting into foul trouble now. Quinton Jones being one of them. 2 personal fouls, as well as pretty much all the starters have 2 personal fouls. And we might get into a point at around the 5-minute mark or so where that really starts to play a factor into this game and the defense for NIU even more than the offense.
Felt goes 1 for 2 at the line. Bowling Green leads 51-44. 14 minutes to play in this contest. Corner triple here put up by Northern Illinois. Will not go. Bowling Green going to take it the other way. Marcus Johnson with it. Gives it off to Braylon Green. He works inside, kicks it to the corner to Derek Butler. Driving baseline, under the hoop, reverse layup by Butler. Gets it to go. Bowling Green up by 9, 53-44.
What a finish by Butler, coming out with a vengeance in this second half. All 7 of his points coming in the second half with the 3-pointer that he hit a second ago. 3 for 6 from the field right now after being 1 for 3 coming in, and it's really nice to see from him.
Muhammad with it in the corner, trying to get around Trey Thomas. Nice defense by Thomas.
Nazir Muhammad wanted a call there on Marcus Johnson, I think, but he threw it off the backboard, so I don't think you're going to get the benefit of the doubt on those.
He will not. Johnson closed in, double-teamed him, and kind of trapped Muhammad at the baseline. Nice. That's something Bowling Green's done a tremendous job at this game. They've trapped Northern Illinois at every opportunity, and the Huskies really have not had an answer for any of these traps, whether it be on the wings, at the blocks, in front of benches, at the baselines. Bowling Green just doing it whenever they want.
Yeah, it's nice that they're overmatching in size as well. Their size is really playing a big factor on that. And this is a big possession for Bowling Green. They can go up 11 here.
They can't. We'll see if they're able to finish this possession. Derek Butler with it. 6 on the shot clock, working inside. Trying for basically the same layup that he made a few possessions ago. He hits the deck on the missed shot, but he is fouled, so he'll go to the line for 2. Chance, like you said, to push the lead into double digits for the first time here today.
It is Nazir Muhammad that is going to get called for that, I believe. Oh, no, it's going to be Ethan Butler. Nazir Muhammad was trailing that one as he got beat by Derek Butler. He's been guarding Derek Butler for a second there, but I think they're going to have to find a new man for Nazir Muhammad because Butler is frankly cooking him so far in this game, and he's got 2 free throws to put some more on.
Butler hits the first from the line. Good free throw shooter, 74.2% on the season.
And Bowling Green's going to get hopefully 2 points out of this. They already got 1, but Ethan Butler as well is sitting at 3 personal fouls in this game right now, which is the only big man pretty much and the only forward, the only other one being Svet Sotirov. So
Dejon Humphrey, Javante Campbell getting ready to check in after this free throw. Butler hits both. Bowling Green leads by double digits by 11, 55-44, 13:07 to play. Trey Thomas, Marcus Johnson go to the bench.
can't take your foot off the gas pedal here either. You really need all the offense you can, not only to make a statement to yourself, but to put NIU away, because they've been feisty in this game and being able to battle back in ways that you don't really realize until it's a closer score.
Jones with it working inside. Felt tries to block him there. I believe they're going to get Felt on a foul here.
Might get somebody on the body, but they could get fouled. They are going to get Braylon Green on the body. That's his first foul. So now every Falcon will have a foul in this game, but nobody has more than 2.
That's best case scenario, though. You don't want Felt to pick up that third there. So
I think he was upset on that because he got the block, but he wasn't going to get credit for it because the foul happened.
He's someone that will wear his emotions on his sleeve in these games. He'll show you when he's not happy with something. Not a very, kind of a soft-spoken person, except on the basketball court, kind of a different animal is Jemai Felt. 2 for 2, trip to the line there by Quinn and Jones. Bowling Green's lead back in single digits, 55-46.
You know, Jemai's only got 1 point, 1 rebound so far in this game, but you can tell even just his presence out there is making NIU really worry about him, as Ethan Butler has taken it upon himself to try and guard the 6'10 guy, and he's 6'7 himself, so that's a task and a half for the junior forward, the only one.
Javante Campbell working inside, falls to the ground, loses the ball, and Jemai Felt, to your point, team low, 11 minutes played for Bowling Green. Hasn't seen a ton of action in this one because of fouls. 3-pointer launched by Karan McPherson. Right wing gets it to go, 55-49. Bowling Green leads, approaching 12 minutes to play.
He's now the team leader in points for NIU, 11, 3 for 6 from the field, and 3 for 5 from three-point range. He's been 41% so far this season. That's going to go up after this game.
Derek Butler goes to a knee, maintains possession, trying to get it ripped away from him. He'll pull up for a triple. Will not go. We might have an over-the-back call here on Javante Campbell.
I like that move, trying to get that board. I like the aggressiveness, but made a little bit too contact on the back there.
And that'll bring us to the under 12 media timeout. 12 minutes exactly remaining in this one. Bowling Green leads Northern Illinois 55-49. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio. For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
$55-49, the current lead for Bowling Green over Northern Illinois. 12 minutes to play here in this contest here at the Stroh Center. Alongside Ben Korak, Tyler Kablitz here. This has been a good contest, back and forth. Bowling Green's maintained the advantage almost the entirety of the game, but Northern Illinois has some fight in them.
Certainly a good one. It looks like you're going to get a birthday win today for Bowling Green as it stands right now. I like the way BG's played. As I've said that all game. I think this is one of their best games played out of the last couple. Granted, the last couple have not been too good to them, but I think they're going to break that 5-game losing streak and go back to the win they saw against Buffalo just a couple weeks ago. I like the way Derek Butler has been playing. I think he's got a real fire coming out in this second half. 9 points already, tied with Trey Thomas, who had all of his points in the first half. Haven't seen a lot of Trey, but we've seen a lot of Derek in this Derek Butler, I should say, in this second half, and it's been real good to see him succeed after not playing against Central.
Yeah, Trey Thomas, Derek Butler kind of switched roles at halftime. It seems like Trey Thomas is taking that back seat to Butler here for the start of the second half. Almost midway mark of the second half, under 12 minutes to play now. Bowling Green that 6-point advantage. Trap double team here on Quinn and Jones. finds an open Husky on the other end of the wing. Bowling Green closes in. Now working inside is McPherson. Gets the layup to go over a jumping Jemai Falk. Good ball movement getting out of the traps there by Northern Illinois.
And again, great defense by BG, but you're right. The ball movement was very good by NIU and a great finish by Karan McPherson, who's been the best player for NIU undoubtedly this game.
Campbell with it right wing to Thomas, top of the key. Deep triple by Trey Thomas. Just a little off the back of the rim. Might have rushed that one just a little bit. He was wide open. Bowling Green holding a 4-point advantage, 55-51. Nichols with it. McPherson triple. It goes. McPherson heating up for Northern Illinois.
16 points now, I believe, from McPherson. 4 for 6 from 3, 5 for 8 from the field, 4 rebounds and assists to go along. I mean, he's, we were wrong in the pregame. He's the guy that you got to look to stop. Quentin Jones and James Dent haven't been a huge issue for Bowling Green today.
Dejon Humphrey gives it off to Trey Thomas. Thomas working around a felt screen to the right. Finds Marcus Johnson top of key. Almost got stolen away by the Huskies, but Johnson works inside. Stripped away, he maintains it, gives it a Felt. He's double teamed to the baseline. Out to Dejon Humphrey. He works inside. Acrobatic and one layup for Dejon Humphrey.
I don't even know how he forced that ball in, but he got it and a foul to go as well. What a play by Dejon Humphrey. Replay here. Windmill around 3 defenders, it looks like. James Dent, the closest one. What a play by Dejon.
The veteran leader for this team, the senior guard, putting in work here today. Dejon Humphrey now in double figure scoring with 11 points. That's a new season high for Dejon Humphrey. Chance to add on more here at the line. See if he can convert the and one opportunity. He cannot, but offensive rebound by Wilkins Jr. exact. He falls hard on his back after jumping up to get the rebound. He gets up immediately. Looks like he's shaking it off. That one's going to hurt for a second, but he seems to be okay, all things considered.
It's going to be a third foul, I believe, for Karan McPherson. I thought I saw Quentin Jones in there as well. He was arguing a little bit, but I think it's going to be on McPherson.
That was heavy contact in the floor. I mean, he's still rubbing the back of his
Wilkins
head.
was feeling
that.
We
heard that clear as day up here with a headset on.
We
up
sure
in the balcony,
did.
So.
Yeah, that was a big pull down there on that rebound by Wilkins. But that's how Wilkins played all season. Very tough player.
Yep.
Are they going to be reviewing this, maybe?
I think possibly, maybe for a flagrant.
Possibly
could be a possibility
for a flagrant as well.
If
or maybe
you get
to
some
see
contact above the shoulders.
Yeah, there is possibility there because he did go down kind of hard, and the shoulders were pulled down and his feet out from under him. So that's.
We're going to stick here through this review. 57-54, Bowling Green leads Northern Illinois. It's 10:34 left to play in the game. One official is going to step away. The other one's going to come in and check. Both teams in a huddle currently. What are the biggest things that stuck out to you so far in the second half, Ben?
I think the way Bowling Green's been able to find consistency on the offensive end, we haven't seen as many turnovers as we saw in the first. I believe only 2 so far in the second. They've had better offensive possessions. And, again, NIU is really finding a way to climb back into these games because, you look back up at the scoreboard after BG being up by 11, and it's back down to 3, and Bowling Green's got the ball back now. But NIU's just finding ways to climb back in. They're a scrappy team, and I could definitely see how they got within 3 of Toledo. Or within 4 of Toledo, I should say, a week ago.
Appears it's going to stay as a common foul. Back underway, Marcus Johnson with it off the inbound for Bowling Green. Didn't hear a whistle there, but it appears he got fouled. So missed the shot, but he'll go to the line for a chance for 2 more.
And an early bonus for Bowling Green. Satirov is going to be nabbed for a foul. That's going to be 4 fouls on Ethan Butler, who's got to check out of this game. He's in trouble there. Karan McPherson as well with 3.
That's hard to understate how massive that is for Bowling Green. That's one of their only true bigs on this team. I mean, Ethan Butler with 4 personal fouls.
Yeah, I mean, 2 players in foul trouble as well. One of them is the only big man, and the other one's been the best player. So that's a big move for Bowling Green and these guys getting fouls. I think that's a testament to the lack of depth for NIU, even more than Bowling Green.
NIU was on a run there, I believe a 10-2 run, but Marcus Johnson hits both from the line. Bowling Green up 59-54. 10.5 minutes to play here in this one. Quentin Jones with it for Northern Illinois, guarded by Javante Campbell. Gives it off to Satirov. Finds the hands of Nichols. Now Satirov pulls a triple that goes. Savet Satirov brings Northern Illinois within 2 points of Bowling Green, 59-57.
What a shot with Marcus Johnson in his jaws, too. They actually made hand contact at the end of that. They might have been called for a foul in the NBA for that one, but what a shot for the three-pointer for NIU.
Satiroff didn't really do a good job of selling it if he was looking to do that.
No.
So Marcus Johnson, couple jab steps, pulls a triple from the corner, will not go. Marcus Johnson been a little cold from deep in this one.
I really don't like that possession from Marcus Johnson. I think he could have designed something up like it's something that's worked for you all game, and to abandon that when NIU's going on a little bit of run, I think that's going to be a foul against Trey Thomas there.
It will be. You got a little pokey trying to get the steal there. And Tom Simons mentioned this multiple times. You know, Marcus Johnson is such a good shooter that at times he's his own worst enemy, because he's a guy that thinks, and he probably can to some degree, make every shot that he takes. And he'll take shots like that end up just turning into wasted possessions. He's still learning things his first year here at the D1 level after spending 4 seasons at Wheeling, a Division II university.
I mean, and when those drop, you don't blink twice about it because they're dropping. He's converting them, but when they're not, it just looks like a forced shot, and sometimes it's not what Bowling Green needs in certain moments. And luckily, an empty possession for NIU. They'll turn it back down. Triple
no good by McPherson. Marcus Johnson secures the rebound. His first Division I double-double for Marcus Johnson, a new season high, 10 rebounds to go along with 17 points. Marcus Johnson, one of the better performances he's had recently, goes around along the baseline, reverse layup for Johnson. He's up to a game-high 19.
Switching hands there on the dribble drive. Here's another three-pointer.
Satiroff just rolls out, 61-57. Bowling Green leads. Braylon Green pushing the pace for Bowling Green. He'll slow things down now. Retreats back to the midcourt logo. Hands it off to Marcus Johnson. Johnson moving to his left, now to his right. Driving inside towards the baseline, trying to spin. He's double-teamed. Gets it out to Wilkins Jr. exact to Braylon Green. Marcus Johnson in the corner in front of the Bowling Green bench, just off front iron. Will not go. Bowling Green's lead stays at 4. Johnson tips this one out from behind. That's going to go out of bounds off of Johnson. It'll stay Huskies ball.
He's gotten a little bit cold from 3 in this game. 1 for 7 now from three-point range. 7 for 16. He's got a lot on the putbacks, but you might be wanting to turn the page a little bit on the Marcus Johnson three-pointers here and focus on that rebound game and that deep game, which has been so good for you. Jemiah's back on the court now, so maybe a little bit tough to do it with Marcus sitting on the bench, but certainly when he goes back in, maybe condense that shooting a little bit.
A little bit of a breather for Marcus Johnson. Stent with the ball. Gives it top of the key to Muhammad. Muhammad driving inside, kicks it out to Nichols. Nichols guarded by Derek Butler, down to 6 on the shot clock. Nichols still at the midcourt logo, now double-teamed. 3 on the shot clock, three-pointer by Dent. As the buzzer sounds, will not go. Braylon Green secures the rebound, fought with a Husky there for it. Green drops it off to Trey Thomas. Transition triple, no good. Fighting for the offensive rebound is Jemai Felt. It's going to be a jump ball, and that will go Northern Illinois' way with the possession arrow. And that'll take us to the under-8 media timeout. 7:40 remaining to play. Bowling Green a slight 4-point advantage over Northern Illinois, 61-57. You're listening to BGSU men's basketball against the Northern Illinois Huskies here on Falcon Radio.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
When someone hears the words, "You have cancer," it's one of the darkest moments in their life. Light the Night brings light to the darkness of cancer by uniting survivors, patients, and supporters in the cause to end cancer. We form a community of hope, raising funds in support of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. The discoveries made by LLS-supported research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. When we walk, cancer runs. Join the movement to end cancer today. Visit us at lightthenight.org.
Making it green is making sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN.
A message from the US EPA.
Bowling Green still fighting to hold an advantage over Northern Illinois. They currently do, 61-57 over the Huskies. 7:40 remaining in the game. Northern Illinois keep fighting in this one, Ben, but Bowling Green's just staying a possession or two ahead of them.
They definitely are saying a possession or two
Hello,
ahead. I was focused
logo.
on the full court putt there from the marketing team here in the
couple close misses
in the Stroh Center. Yeah, a couple of close ones. My bad. But yeah, it really is a testament to how scrappy this NIU team is. That you feel like Bowling Green's pulled away. You feel like they've played better all game, and yet it's still a very close matchup between Bowling Green and NIU. Closer than you'd think. 4-point game, and Bowling Green's gonna really. They have their work cut out for them. They know what they need to do to stay ahead. But NIU is not going down without a fight. They're a better team than that record probably shows, I think.
Yeah, especially as of late, we went over the pregame how they fought against Akron and Toledo, two of the better teams in the MAC past couple of games, come up just short of victories in both of those, losing by a combined, I believe, 14 points against those two teams, giving Bowling Green a good fight here in this one. Bowling Green trying to end their 5-game skid. Quinn Jones with it, picks up his dribble, gives it off to James Dent Jr. Dent trying to move around screen. Dejon Humphrey stays with him. Good defense. Falling to the ground, he passes it off to Jones down low. Going to be a triple launched by Muhammad. No good. Diving to the ground and trying to get it is Dejon Humphrey. It's going to stay Northern Illinois ball.
Also playing, unfortunately, he couldn't come up with that. I think he was backpedaling and stumbled over his feet, although he was placed perfectly on that defensive rebound for it to drop right into his hands. Just a bad turn for Dejon Humphrey, who's still looking for his first rebound in this game. Could have been there, but just unfortunate.
Nichols checks out for Northern Illinois. McPherson checks in. Dent kicks it out here. McPherson gives it back to Dent. He drives inside. Overfelt, will not go. Rebounded by Trey Thomas. Thomas gives it to Humphrey. Passes it to Braylon Green. Green almost lost. The pass was a little behind him. Bowling Green maintaining possession. Ball in the hands of Derek Butler. Driving baseline right side. Gets the layup to go. Derek Butler into double-digit scoring with 11. Third Falcon with double-digit points.
Tied with Dejon Humphrey for second most points on the team at 11, like you said. The second half has been one of the better halves of his season, I think.
Fadeaway Jay at the baseline, no good by Muhammad. Bowling Green secures the rebound. Derek Butler driving inside, trying to get past the defender. It may be Muhammad who gets assigned with that one.
I think that's going to be his first foul. The only starter, I believe, that has yet to record a foul, and now he gets his first with Ethan Butler and Karan McPherson still in foul trouble. You want to be taking fouls with those other guards of Dent and Muhammad if you have to. But Bowling Green, I think, needs to do a better job of attacking the posts a little bit more, especially attacking Karan McPherson and Ethan Butler as well. Both of them are out on the court now. I think you got to get in post and try and get Butler fouled out and get McPherson close too, taking an offensive player out as well.
Derek Butler misses the first one off front iron. Javante Campbell secures the rebound. Driving inside, Javante Campbell's layup, no good, heavy contact. Bowling Green still leads by 6, 63-57, approaching 6 minutes to play. It's Muhammad with it, retreating back, guarded by Javante Campbell. Now double teamed by Johnson. Johnson's going to back off. McPherson passes it to Quinton Jones. Jones guarded by Trey Thomas. Switch it off to Marcus Johnson. Gets around Johnson, runs baseline, gets a layup to go over Derek Butler. Quinton Jones just utilizing the speed to get to the rim. On the other end, Javante Campbell found his way inside. It's kicked out to Marcus Johnson. He nails the triple. Marcus Johnson up to 22 on the game.
Hopefully that'll get Marcus hot there. That's 2 for 8 now from 3. He was 1 for 7 before that one. And he needs to start hitting his shots for Bowling Green to get some offense going late with 5.5 left to play.
Team high 9th 20-point game of the season for Marcus Johnson, the MAC's leading scorer. McPherson gets a nice floater to go over the Bowling Green defense. Bowling Green's lead at 5, 66-61, approaching 5 minutes to play. Marcus Johnson holding the ball for Bowling Green. Knocked away here. It's going to be Muhammad taking it the other way. Dejon Humphrey, heavy contact. After that shot, there's no whistle. Both guys falling into the base of the hoop. Both guys appear to be okay. The layup was good, 66-63. Bowling Green leads. We're under 5 minutes to go. Bowling Green 6-1 this season when holding a lead under 5 minutes remaining.
Pretty impressive record there by Bowling Green, but the way NIU's played, I wouldn't take that for granted. They've been able to storm back in a couple of different aspects. Bowling Green up 11 at one point, and now it's only a 3-point game. Hopefully, BG can get a good possession out of this one. Here's Trey.
Trey Thomas,
oh, there we
deep
go.
triple with 5 on the shot clock.
Big shot there by Trey Thomas to take the 6-point lead, make it 2 scores once again. They've been able to convert on those must-score possessions quite evenly in this game. I think it's been one of the more impressive parts.
4th three-pointer of the season by Trey Thomas. Muhammad looking to answer, does not go. Clinks off the front iron. Definitely was forced. Derek Butler going to take it the other way for Bowling Green. He'll slow things down here for the Falcons. Butler, Johnson, Thomas, Humphrey, Campbell on the court for the Falcons. Starting 5 for Northern Illinois, Jones, Dent, Butler, McPherson, Muhammad out there.
Rashawn Bruno not too happy with that last possession. Now Bowling Green has a chance to make it a 3-score game.
Good ball movement around the world. A triple by Javante Campbell. Have not seen him take many of those since he injured that hand. Does not go very close. Ball's hit up into the air now. Derek Butler going to take it the other way for Bowling Green. Cannot finish. Javante Campbell there misses an easy layup. Gets the rebound, puts it back up. He's fouled. Missed opportunity there by Campbell, but he'll go to the line.
Yeah, they had a 2-on-1. Derek Butler streaking down the right wing. I think he probably should have made that extra pass to Campbell originally, but they're going to get a chance of taking the 2 points anyway and make this a 3-bucket game for NIU, which they could have a second to go. So this will be a big swing for BG after this timeout.
We'll have to wait, like you said, for this timeout before we see if he can get to the line, make both free throws. Bowling Green leading 69-63. Final media timeout of the game. 3:27 left to go. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio.
Hi, this is Dave Gosher, radio play-by-play voice of the Boston Bruins, and you're listening to all the high-flying action of Bowling Green Falcon sports on Falcon Radio.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future in a world that's changing fast. Do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do it all with confidence, kindness, and strength. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing. Inspire kids to do at 4h.org.
Matt always knew he wanted to be a doctor. That's why he makes the most of every day. To study before breakfast, to work hard, to do whatever was necessary to achieve his goal. He found an answer in the military. If you have a passion, a vision for your future in any field, todaysmilitary.com can be your path to a fulfilling career. You have a calling, we have an answer. Find your way at todaysmilitary.com.
6-point advantage for the Falcons, 69-63 here at the Nostro Center. 3:27 to play in this contest. Bowling Green desperately seeking a win to break their 5-game losing streak. 3:27 left to go for them to get that crucial win really down the stretch. They need this one if they're going to have any chance of making a miracle run to make the MAC tournament.
Need this win to make it a turning point on the season for sure, and it's going to be a big 2 free throws for Javante Campbell, who got fouled a second ago by Tzvet Satirov. I'm sorry, that's going to be on Ethan Butler, and actually that's 5 fouls for Ethan Butler.
So he is fouled out of the game.
A turn now for NIU and a chance to make it a 3-possession game for NIU as well with Javante's shots here.
Satirov, who you mentioned, comes into the game for Butler. Campbell misses the first at the line.
Satirov only 4 points, 2 rebounds, and under an assist per game. Pretty decent shooting from 3 from a big man, but not too much to speak of this season for Satirov. Definitely the guy you want in the game if you're Bowling Green down this last 3.5.
Second one goes for Campbell, 1 for 2 trip at the line. Ethan Butler finishes his day, 10 points on 4 for 6 shooting, 3 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. steals and blocks leading in those categories for Northern Illinois. He played 32 minutes in this one. Will not return to action after getting those 5 fouls, fouling out. Satirov triple from in the corner in front of the Northern Illinois bench will not go. Rebounded by Derek Butler. Butler, nice move to get inside, finishes with the layup.
My gosh, Derek Butler has done it all in this game. 13 points now and 5 for 10 from the field of 500 shooting. He's really made a comeback after missing that Central Michigan game. Maybe a little bit sore that he wasn't able to play against his ex-team.
72-63 the lead for Bowling Green over Northern Illinois. Here's a fadeaway mid-range jumper by Nichols. Will not go. Rebounded by Bowling Green. Trey Thomas going to bleed this clock.
Good defense again by Jemai on the receiving end of that play. He was in the jaws of Kylan Nichols, who is pretty much 10 inches undersized compared to Jemai Felt. That was a favorable matchup for BG, and now Trey, as you said, trying to waste as much time as possible.
Trey Thomas, step back three-pointer, will not go. Air ball goes out of bounds. Northern Illinois ball. We're approaching 2 minutes to play here. Bowling Green leading by 9, 72-63. This season, when leading with 2 minutes remaining, Bowling Green 6-0 under Todd Simon. The Falcons are 24-0 when holding a lead with 2 minutes to go.
I mean, do we even have to talk about the last 2 minutes of this game then?
Anything
like
can happen in college basketball, Ben. We've seen crazier things happen in college hoops.
We certainly have. Ethan Butler being fouled out of this game matters a little bit less now that the possessions are going to run through the guards, mostly, I believe, in the more offensive players. Karan McPherson's definitely somebody to look out for in this situation with how hot he's been.
Dent has the ball, gives it off to Nichols, left wing, back top of the key to McPherson. Cross to the corner to Jones. Misses that three-pointer, was not really close. Marcus Johnson secures his 11th rebound of the game. It's going to be Trey Thomas bringing the ball up. He'll pass it to Derek Butler, back to Thomas. Thomas going to bleed this clock as long as he can. Under a minute 40 to play. Thomas can drain 15 more seconds off the shot clock if he wishes. Guarded by Nichols. Makes his move, moving to the right. Gives it to Javante Campbell. Fakes a three-pointer, driving inside. Spin move, trying to get to the rim. We're going to have a foul call before he can get a shot up.
James Dent, I think, got too much with the hips there against Javante, and I don't know how many fouls Javante has
Actually, the
drawn.
foul's going to go on McPherson. That'll be his fourth.
Oh, really? I don't know about that call from the referees. I saw full body being collided with by Dent, but
either way, Javante Campbell finds himself at the free throw line. 1-1. He hits the first. Puts it to a 10-point advantage for Bowling Green and a double-digit advantage for just the second time in this one. That foul will be officially on McPherson, so that'll be his fourth. He leaves Northern Illinois with 18 points and 6 for 10 shooting. He's drained 4 triples. Javante Campbell goes 2 for 2 at the line. Campbell up to 7 points in the contest. Bowling Green's on an 8-0 run over the past 3.5 minutes. They lead Northern Illinois 74-63. Driving inside here, floater's good. That was Jones to break that drought. And we're going to have a timeout called on the floor. 74-65, Bowling Green leads. 1:09 left to go. This one not over just yet.
certainly good take there by Quentin Jones to get that two-pointer, and a good timeout called by Rashawn Burno to keep that one from expiring too much time left in the clock. It's going to be a tall order for NIU, 3-possession game with the way Bowling Green has been able to suck up possessions as well, but this is going to come into a foul game certainly, and it's one Bowling Green's been pretty good at closing out, as you said, 24-0 under Todd Simon in this portion of the game.
It will bring us to a media timeout here, so we're going to take a break with that. 1:09 left to go. Bowling Green leading Northern Illinois 74-65. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball on Falcon Radio.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. At Children International, we know that the journey to end poverty for good begins first with a child. It starts with their first checkup, lesson, opportunity, job. That journey takes commitment from people like you and me to end poverty for good. Learn more at children.org.
74-65, the advantage for Bowling Green. 109 left to play here at the Stroh Center. Tyler Kavalitz here alongside Ben Korak. Bowling Green looking to close this out for their 8th win of the season. Try to break this 5-game losing streak. Northern Illinois trying to get their 2nd conference win of the year. They have not held an advantage in this one yet. Bowling Green has either been tied or led for the entire contest. 38 minutes, 13 seconds to be exact. Bowling Green has led in this one.
Expecting BG to put out the best passers, and it looks like they're going to do it, I think, try and break this press and stay away from fouls as long as possible. Marcus Johnson's going to take it out. Humphrey, Butler, Campbell, and Trey Thomas are going to be in the game for BG.
Johnson moving on the baseline, trying to find someone, gets it off in time, gets it to Derek Butler. He'll be fouled before he crosses the midcourt timeline. Finishes it off with the layup, not needed, but he'll go to the line.
BG's had a pretty good free throw shooting day today, 12 for 16 from the stripe, 75%. But NIU has been shooting even better from the stripe today, 9 for 10 from the charity stripe, although they are probably going to have less opportunities coming down the stretch now. Butler, it's his first.
Bowling Green is in the double bonus, so it'll be 2 free throws guaranteed from this point on for the Falcons. Butler hit his first. Back to a 10-point advantage for the Falcons, 75-65. Butler, a good free throw shooter. On the day, he's 3 for 4 at the line. Butler goes 2 for 2 from the line. 11-point advantage for the Falcons, 76-65. It'd be great if Bowling Green could get past that 80 mark. They haven't scored 80 points in the game in their last 7 contests. Do have a jumper made here. Contact and the whistle before the jumper, though. Actually, they're going to count it. I thought that was well before the shot motion started. They're going to count the jumper by Quinton Jones. Todd Simon does not understand why that's counted.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. It looked like Butler caught the body before the motion was started. But
Todd Simon's still seeking an explanation, holding his arms.
It's an unfortunate turn because now it could make it an 8-point game right here.
76-67 as it stands currently.
Quinton Jones, no fouls in the second half after taking 2 in the first.
Misses that free throw. Marcus Johnson secures his 12th rebound.
Oh,
finds a wide open Javante Campbell down on the other end. Campbell finishes it through contact.
As he switched to the left hand there to keep it away from the broken right, but it was a good fill.
And a block! Back with a block on the other
Javante.
end. Missed shot there by McPherson. Javante Campbell putting in the work for Bowling Green.
What a defensive play by Javante, both ends of the floor. I mean, that just saved the possession for BG and made this an even longer game for NIU to come back in the last 40 seconds. What a play. With the broken hand, too. The dedication that you got to have to get that right hand up there.
78-67, Bowling Green leads. There was a foul there on the Huskies. Trey Thomas goes to the line. He'll shoot 2. Thomas hits the first. Fans starting to clear out, going up the stairs here at the Stroh Center. This one all but over with 40.4 seconds remaining. Falcons up by 12. Trey Thomas chance to get the Falcons to 80 points here. He does, goes 2 for 2 for the line. 80-67, Bowling Green leads.
This time they scored 80 was the Toledo game, and the last time they scored.
Actually, the last time they would have scored 80 points comes all the way back
Oh, I apologize. I was looking at the
Michigan.
Toledo score. Yeah, Western Michigan.
83 points.
Last time they scored 80 in a win as well.
Ball goes out of bounds here. Apologies, Quinn Jones will get a layup there. So it'll be 80-69, 31.6 remaining. We do have a timeout on the floor. 31.6 seconds to go. Bowling Green takes the 30-second timeout. Going to game plan against this full court press they'll face. Try to get in the hands of a good free throw shooter, put this one away.
I think it goes without saying they're going to put the best free throw shooters and the best passers out there, maybe some dribblers as well. Don't think we're going to see Jemai, probably not Wilkins. We'll see Marcus Johnson probably for a little bit of offense, but it's going to be the guard unit.
A bright spot you can take from this for sure is you only had to play Jemai 15 minutes, come out with a win. He's a guy that, you didn't want to overuse him this season after coming back from 2 very hard knee injuries, and they've kind of been forced to overuse him for much of the season. So I bet Todd Simon's going to be pretty happy with only using 15 minutes of Jemai Felt here today.
Certainly, and a lot of it's probably due to the undersized nature of the NIU team. But it is really nice to see a couple of other guys step up. Dejon Humphrey had a season best game today with his 11 points. Trey Thomas had a pretty good game as well. Derek Butler had a great game as well from the offensive standpoint. A couple of rebounds to go along with it. And Marcus, of course, 22 points is almost normal for him. But that 13 rebounds in the double-double, the first of his D1 career, that's an impressive day today for Marcus Johnson. It was really great to see from him and a lot of the team. So many different guys. We talk about the depth, but so many different guys playing really good games today. Wilkins comes to mind as well, played very well in the first half. Not so much in the second, but he influenced the game in some pretty good ways.
4 double-digit scores here for Bowling Green. First time they've had that since January 11th against Ball State. It's been a while since 4 of those 5 Falcons got into double-digit scoring. One of them off the bench here today, Derek Butler with 15. You look at the total bench points. We'll get more into this once this regulation time officially ends. We go to our postgame, but 23 bench points for the Falcons here today. Todd Simon's got to be happy with that.
Yeah, certainly. A lot of those coming from Derek Butler, 15 of them to be exact. But Wilkins got a couple there. Braylon Green has had some pretty good, not so much empty possessions. He's been a good passer, good distributor of the basketball, played some pretty good defense as well. Wilkins has been great on the boards as well. 5 rebounds for Wilkins to go along with his 6 points. It's just been an impressive display top to bottom for Bowling Green, and certainly deserving of this win and breaking that 5-game skid.
Just 31.6 seconds of game time left in their way for this. Officials, I think, have been reviewing something. I don't know exactly what, but this is a very extended timeout.
Yeah, it says that Bowling Green took a 30-second timeout. They might have been reviewing something.
Could definitely have been.
Just on extra, whether it was a 2 or a 3, something to that point. It is an 11-point game for Bowling Green, though. They just got to hold on to this one, and they'll be in pretty good shape the last 30 seconds.
Northern Illinois, no question, going to go full court press here. Javonte Campbell inbound. He has Derek Butler, Trey Thomas, Marcus Johnson, and Dejon Humphrey on the floor. You'd think he tries to get it to Johnson. He's looking his way, gets it to Johnson. Johnson not fouled immediately. Still with the ball, still hasn't been fouled. Passes it off here, picked off by James Dent Jr. He slams it home with 2 hands. Bad mistake there by the Falcons. Still shouldn't cost him too much. Johnson inbounds here to Campbell. He'll be fouled immediately. You could tell that NIU did not want to foul Marcus Johnson. They forced him to make a mistake. He did just that. They capitalized. Either way, Bowling Green goes the line with a chance to bring the lead back up to 11.
And I think even more than that, Karan McPherson was the one that was guarding Marcus Johnson, who has 4 personal fouls. And I think he really didn't want to pick up that one. If there was a little bit more awareness from Marcus Johnson, maybe a little bit of time to think about it, he would have dribbled that one out and made McPherson foul him and take him out of the game. And I think that would have been preferable, obviously, to what happened in a bucket on the other end. But, hindsight is 20/20, and I think it was a good play by NIU to force that turnover and force Marcus to make a bad pass.
Johnson will go to the bench. Coming on for him will be Braylon Green. That's probably the last we'll see of Marcus Johnson here today. Javonte Campbell hit the first from the line. This one just rules out. Clock running, 20 seconds played, 10-point lead for Bowling Green, 81-71. It's Jones with it. Jumper does not go. Looks like a foul down low is going to be on Javante Campbell, though.
I think a little bit of a ticky-tacky foul there. Maybe Dejon Humphrey's going to get it. He's going to get his third right there, and I don't know about that one. I think he was close, but I don't think it was enough to call it, but that's going to stop the clock for NIU. They're going to get 2 free throws from this.
First one from Jones is no good.
Marcus is going to come back in the game as well, so they're going to let him pass one more time.
He comes in for Braylon Green. Falcon Fanatics getting rowdy, but Jones goes 1 for 2 at the line. 81-72 BG, 15.4 seconds to go. Marcus Johnson will inbound. Running the baseline once again, moves to his left, gives it to Thomas. Thomas trying to pass it off to Johnson, but he's fouled before that.
Trey a little bit late to pass that one. I think he should have pulled the trigger a little bit before. Would have wasted more than the 2 seconds, probably more like 4 or 5 seconds, which
Northern
might
Illinois is
going to
keep leading this one as long as they can, it appears. They're not going down until that final buzzer sounds.
And that last free throw by Quentin Jones is a big one as well. It makes it a 3-score game right now, and Trey has a chance to put them up with the Falcons, most of them in the backcourt, and leaving the rebound to NIU. Which they are up to 28 rebounds, but when you look at Bowling Green, they're at 40. So actually almost perfectly first and second half rebounds are going to stay about the same.
Thomas hits the first from the line. Up to 15 points here today, goes 2 for 2, make it 16. 13.1 seconds on the clock. Jones with it, driving the court. He's going to be fouled as he puts up the shot, so still 9.5 seconds to go in this one as boos come down from the crowd here at the Stroh Center.
Yeah, I think the refs are getting a little whistle happy, and I think everybody in the Stroh Center knows it, understandably, because
everyone here just wants to go home at this point.
Yeah, they just want to see an official win for Bowling Green the first time in a couple of weeks. Jones is going to make the first, but I think they just got in their head to call some fouls, and it's going on. Still only 2 Bowling Green players technically in foul trouble, and with 9 seconds left, not really.
And if I'm Todd Simon, I'm telling my team, don't be too physical down here. Let them take a shot if they like. It's still a 10-point game, now 9 points as he hits both in the line, 83-74. Marcus Johnson inbounding, still full court press. Trey Thomas gets it. They're gonna foul almost immediately. 7.3 seconds left on the clock.
They're still fight. I respect it. I respect it from Rashawn Burno. I don't think he should. He's taking it on the chin and making him work. It's still a 9-point game here, and
if you're Northern
Trey
Illinois,
misses 2.
If you're Northern Illinois, you've only had 1 conference win all season. I feel like you're going to want to fight till the end of these games. You're going to want to give yourself a chance. You're not just going to want to lie down, roll over, and be done with it. Trey Thomas misses the first at the line. 7.3 seconds left to go. Not much time to make anything happen. We'll see how many more possessions we have until that drains down.
Definitely a tall order, but Trey making the second makes it a 4-possession game.
Yep.
So
Goes
barring a foul, just don't be physical. Let him take shots, and that's what Javante did right there.
3-pointer there by Dent off the backboard goes, 84-77. 1+ seconds left to go on the clock. Runs out, buzzer sounds. Orange and brown winner. Falcons come away with the win, 84-77. Break the 5-game losing streak. Back in the win column for Bowling Green, trying to make a run at the MAC tournament. This is the first step of it.
Definitely a complete win for Bowling Green. I mean, all aspects of the game. They did great on the fouling end, not too many. The turnovers they kept as low as possible. Offense, they were stifling, or defense, they were stifling over NIU. Offense, they played pretty well. They just had a complete all-around 7-point win over NIU today. Impressive stuff from Todd Simon and the Falcons.
We'll take a quick break, recap this one for you. 84-77, Bowling Green winners over Northern Illinois. You are listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio.
Hi, this is Dave Gosher, radio play-by-play voice of the Boston Bruins, and you're listening to all the high-flying action of Bowling Green Falcon sports on Falcon Radio.
A few years ago, Steve Faircow's lungs were failing.
I don't think I had more than a couple weeks to live.
That's when Steve received a lung transplant made possible by an organ donor. Now Steve can do things he never imagined, like climbing 94 floors to the top of a skyscraper.
I never knew that breathing could feel this good. It's an incredible gift.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
My name is Jim. I'm a veteran, and I lost both legs in Vietnam. My victory was proving that disability is not a limitation.
I'm Julius. I'm a veteran. My victory was going from homeless to home.
At DAV, we're on a mission, helping veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned.
I'm Cece. My victory was finishing my education.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
I can't believe he found them.
He seems sorry.
We very clearly told him not to look up there.
I'm honestly impressed that he was able to do it.
Right? What, did he balance on that big chair?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he'll just know what his gifts are this year.
I really thought we had hidden them well.
If they can find their presents, they can find a gun.
911, what is your emergency?
Every day, 8 kids and teens are unintentionally killed or injured by loaded and unlocked guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and End Family Fire.
Bowling Green winners over Northern Illinois on this Tuesday night at the Stroh Center, 84-77. They break the 5-game losing streak. Northern Illinois stays just 1 win in the conference. Fantastic game here at the Stroh Center tonight. Bowling Green comes out of it as winners. They maintain control for nearly the entire game, fought off the Huskies all 40 minutes, and come out with a hard-fought victory, Ben Korak.
Yeah, I feel like it was a really good, consistent game for Bowling Green. We said in the pregame that we wanted to see them play a 2-half game, and that's exactly what they did. It was pretty much a mirror image, the first half and the second half. Not a lot of disparity there. Even statistically, it was pretty much just doubled going through the second half, and it was really great to see from a BG team that has very much struggled in the second half of games to come out in the second half and really have a good performance. Granted, not against the greatest team in the MAC, but they got it done. They showed that they can do it. And heading into the next of the conference schedule with Ohio and Buffalo, it's definitely going to be a big thing for them.
Looking at the stats of this one, we'll go over it real quick. Bowling Green, 45% from the field, 34.5% from deep. They made 10 triples, 20 for 26 from the line. Northern Illinois, 49.1% from the floor. Better mark there, just 32.1% from deep. They made 9 3-pointers, only got 12 free throws made out of 15. Bowling Green won the rebounding battle by 11, 39-28. Love to see that for the Falcons. They had 15 assists compared to Northern Illinois' 14. Turned it over just 11 times, NIU 12 after committing just 5 turnovers against Toledo on Saturday. Bowling Green commits 16 fouls, Northern Illinois 20, a little inflated with the end of the game, of course. For the Falcons, Marcus Johnson leads the game in scoring with 22, only player to score 20-plus points in this one. Trey Thomas has 17, Derek Butler 15, Dejon Humphrey 11, Javante Campbell 10, 5 double-digit scorers for the Falcons. Last time they had 5 players reach double-digit scoring, you have to go back to January 21st against Miami of Ohio. They had that. For Northern Illinois, should also mention, with Marcus Johnson, first Division I double-double, had 13 rebounds, 5 of them offensive boards, and defensively, Javante Campbell with 4 steals as he continues his march toward the BGSU single-season record and the MAC regular season record. For Northern Illinois, they did have 4 scores in double digits. McPherson had 18, but Quinton Jones ends up leading the team with 19. Dent has 14, and Butler finishes with 10. Some final takeaways from this one, Ben.
Yeah, I think at least on the stat sheet, it's a little bit misleading. I think the storyline for Bowling Green today was Derek Butler to come out in the second half and do what he did. All 15 of his points coming in the second half. Not a lot of stats to speak of aside from that, but he played great. He made his free throws when they counted, and he made the buckets when they counted as well. And for NIU, you mentioned Quentin Jones scoring his 19 points, but 5 of those came from free throws, especially down in the back half of the game when NIU was already trailing by a good bit. Karan McPherson played a great game for NIU. I think he's probably the best player on the floor for them. 18-1-1 for him, -8 rating, probably one of the best on the NIU as well. Made both of his free throws, an aspect where NIU was great today. Unfortunately, was knocking on the door of being fouled out, and did at the very end against Bowling Green. But I think it was an all-around. Just Bowling Green was the better team, and they proved that today. And it's one of the the past couple of games, I feel like they've played it down to competition a little bit, or maybe not played up to the competition as they should. Today, I feel like they really, really held on when they should, understood that they didn't have to reinvent the wheel in the second half, did what they needed to do, and came away with a pretty good win.
Before we get out of here, let's go. This wasn't the only game in the MAC. We had 5 others going on, all 12 teams underway. What are those results from those games around the MAC here tonight, Ben?
Yeah, just a minute ago, Ohio bested Western Michigan 94-69, an impressive display over a team pretty close to Bowling Green, and actually is now just a game ahead of Bowling Green, sitting in 9th place right now. A big one for Bowling Green as well to keep Buffalo down is Toledo besting them 87-74. Buffalo sitting in the 11th spot right now, so Bowling Green not at risk of being chased by anybody really, as they'll fall to 2-8 on the season, with Bowling Green rising to 3-7 in the conference. Central Michigan fell to Miami. Miami won 76-70. They climbed to 9-1 in the conference behind Akron, who won their game against Ball State today, who sits at 10-0 in the conference, the first team to double-digit wins in the conference. And then Eastern Michigan and Kent State. Kent State pretty much slaughtered Eastern Michigan, 21 points for Kent State over the Eagles in that game. The Eastern Michigan will fall down to 3-6 as well, and that's another team Bowling Green chases. So some favorable outcomes for BG today. Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, and Western Michigan. The Michigan teams had a rough day today, all lost. That's great for BG. Need their next conference win against Ohio and Buffalo coming up, and 2 teams. Ohio's pretty good, but beatable, and Buffalo as well should be a team that you could come away with a win for sure.
Like you mentioned, they do have that Ohio game here at home on the 11th, at Buffalo on the 15th. But before that, they have their final non-conference game of the regular season, the MAC Sunbelt Challenge, second matchup of that this season. If you remember earlier, they faced Southern Miss to begin the season, fell to them 77-68. They will face Coastal Carolina here at the Stroh Center, part of a 3-game home stretch for this Falcons team. That'll take place on the 8th. That'll be a 2 p.m. tip-off. That'll do it for us here for this broadcast. But before we go off air, I want to send around some thank yous. First to Henry Costco, back in the Falcon Radio studios, pressing the 1s and 2s for us, getting us on air, keeping us on air and on time for this one. Couldn't do it without you back there in the studios. Henry, thank you also. He was not scheduled to board operate this game. He stepped up. Our board operator who was scheduled fell down with an illness. So thank you, Henry, for stepping up, doing a great job in that. Would also like to thank Lucas Kleinmeyer, our Falcon Media Sports Director, for scheduling this all out, giving us the opportunity to do this, and our Falcon Media Advisor, Carl Smith, for keeping us all in line, and again, giving us the opportunity to do what we do with BG Falcon Media and Falcon Media Sports Network. That'll do it for us. For Henry Costco, Ben Korek, and Tyler Kavlitz, this is saying, have a great night, everyone. This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN, BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.